1. Understanding the learning process. 1.1 The science of learning. Learning is a complex process that involves acquiring, processing, and retaining information. To truly master the art of learning, it is essential to understand the science behind how our brains learn and retain knowledge. This section will delve into the fascinating world of cognitive science and explore the various factors that influence our ability to learn effectively. The learning process. Before we dive into the science of learning, let's briefly explore the general process of learning. Learning can be divided into three main stages: acquisition, consolidation, and retrieval. Acquisition. This is the initial stage where we encounter new information or skills. It involves paying attention, perceiving, and encoding the information into our memory. Consolidation. Once the information is acquired, it needs to be consolidated or stored in our long-term memory. This process involves strengthening the neural connections associated with the newly acquired knowledge. Retrieval. The final stage of learning is the ability to retrieve the stored information when needed. This is crucial for applying knowledge, problem solving, and critical thinking. The cognitive science of learning. Cognitive science is an interdisciplinary field that combines psychology, neuroscience, linguistics, and computer science to understand how the mind processes information. By studying the cognitive processes involved in learning, researchers have uncovered valuable insights into how we can optimize our learning strategies. 1. Memory systems. Our memory plays a vital role in the learning process. Cognitive scientists have identified two main memory systems. Short-term memory, also known as working memory, this system temporarily holds information for immediate use. It has limited capacity and duration, making it essential to transfer important information to long-term memory. Long-term memory, this is where information is stored for an extended period. Long-term memory has unlimited capacity and can be further divided into two types. Explicit memory, also called declarative memory, this type of memory stores facts, events, and concepts that can be consciously recalled. It includes semantic memory, general knowledge, and episodic memory, personal experiences. Implicit memory. Implicit memory stores skills, habits, and procedures that are unconsciously acquired through repetition and practice. It includes procedural memory, motor skills, and priming, subconscious influence of previous experiences. Understanding the different memory systems can help us design effective learning strategies that optimize the transfer of information from short-term to long-term memory. 2. Cognitive load theory. Cognitive load theory explores how the capacity of our working memory affects learning. According to this theory, our working memory has limited capacity, and when it becomes overloaded, learning is impaired. To optimize learning, it is crucial to manage cognitive load by reducing extraneous load, eliminating unnecessary distractions and irrelevant information that can overload our working memory. Managing intrinsic load, breaking down complex tasks or concepts into smaller, more manageable chunks to reduce cognitive load. Increasing germane load, focusing on meaningful and relevant information that promotes deep understanding and long-term retention. By understanding cognitive load theory, we can structure our learning experiences in a way that maximizes our cognitive resources and enhances learning outcomes. 3. Retrieval practice. Retrieval practice is a powerful learning strategy that involves actively recalling information from memory. Research has shown that actively retrieving information strengthens memory and improves long-term retention. Instead of passively reviewing material, engaging in retrieval practice forces our brains to actively reconstruct the information, reinforcing neural connections and enhancing learning. To incorporate retrieval practice into your learning routine, try flashcards. Use flashcards to quiz yourself on key concepts or vocabulary. Practice tests. Take practice tests or create mock exams to simulate real testing conditions. Recall exercises. Write or verbally recall information without referring to your notes or textbooks. By regularly engaging in retrieval practice, you can enhance your ability to recall information when it matters most. Conclusion. Understanding the science of learning provides valuable insights into how our brains process and retain information. By leveraging this knowledge, we can optimize our learning strategies, improve memory retention, and enhance overall learning outcomes. In the next section, we will explore different learning styles and preferences, allowing you to tailor your learning approach to suit your individual needs. 1.2 Learning styles and preferences. Understanding your learning style and preferences can greatly enhance your ability to learn and retain information effectively. Everyone has a unique way of processing and understanding new information, and by identifying your preferred learning style, you can tailor your study techniques to maximize your learning potential. What are learning styles? Learning styles refer to the different ways individuals prefer to approach and engage with new information. There are several commonly recognized learning styles, including visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Visual learners prefer to learn through visual aids such as diagrams, charts, and images. They benefit from seeing information presented in a visual format and often have a strong ability to remember visual details. Auditory learners learn best through listening and verbal communication. They excel in lectures, discussions, and audio recordings. They have a strong ability to remember information presented in an auditory format. Kinesthetic learners, also known as tactile learners, learn best through hands-on experiences and physical activities. They prefer to engage with information through movement, touch, and practical applications. It's important to note that most individuals have a combination of learning styles, with one or two styles being more dominant. Understanding your preferred learning style can help you tailor your study techniques to match your strengths and optimize your learning experience. Identifying your learning style. To identify your learning style, reflect on your past learning experiences and consider the following questions. How do you prefer to receive information? Do you find it easier to understand concepts when they are presented visually, verbally, or through hands-on activities? What study techniques have been most effective for you in the past? Do you remember information better when you read it, hear it, or physically engage with it? How do you naturally approach problem solving? Do you prefer to visualize solutions, talk through them, or physically manipulate objects to find a solution? By answering these questions, you can gain insights into your preferred learning style and use this knowledge to enhance your learning process. Adapting study techniques to your learning style. Once you have identified your learning style, you can adapt your study techniques to align with your preferences. Here are some strategies for each learning style. Visual learners. Use visual aids such as diagrams, charts, and mind maps to organize and understand information. Color code your notes and highlight key points to enhance visual memory. Utilize flashcards or create visual mnemonics to remember complex concepts. Watch educational videos or tutorials to reinforce visual learning. Auditory learners. Record lectures or discussions to listen to them later for better understanding and retention. Engage in group discussions or study with a study partner to verbalize and discuss concepts. Read aloud or explain concepts to yourself to reinforce auditory learning. Use mnemonic devices or rhymes to remember information. Kinesthetic learners. Engage in hands-on activities or experiments related to the subject matter. Take breaks during study sessions to incorporate physical movement or exercise. Use manipulatives or objects to represent and understand abstract concepts. Role-play or act out scenarios to reinforce learning. Flexibility and experimentation. While identifying your learning style can be helpful, it's important to remember that learning is a dynamic process, and individuals may benefit from incorporating multiple learning styles and techniques. Flexibility and experimentation are key to finding what works best for you. Consider trying different study techniques and approaches to see what resonates with you. For example, if you identify as a visual learner, you may still find value in listening to audio recordings or engaging in hands-on activities occasionally. By diversifying your study methods, you can reinforce your learning and make connections across different learning styles. Conclusion. Understanding your learning style and preferences is a valuable tool in mastering the art of learning. By identifying your preferred learning style, you can adapt your study techniques to align with your strengths and optimize your learning experience. Remember to remain flexible and open to experimenting with different approaches to find what works best for you. 1.3 Setting learning goals. Setting clear and specific learning goals is an essential step in the process of mastering the art of learning. Without clear goals, it can be challenging to stay focused and motivated throughout your learning journey. In this section, we will explore the importance of setting learning goals and provide practical tips on how to set effective goals that will enhance your learning experience. Why set learning goals? Setting learning goals provides direction and purpose to your learning efforts. It helps you stay focused and motivated, as you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Here are some key reasons why setting learning goals is crucial. Clarity. Setting goals helps you clarify what you want to learn and why it is important to you. It allows you to prioritize your learning objectives and focus on what matters most. Motivation. Goals provide a sense of purpose and motivation. When you have a clear goal in mind, you are more likely to stay committed and dedicated to your learning journey, even when faced with challenges. Progress tracking. Setting goals allows you to track your progress and measure your achievements. It helps you stay accountable and provides a sense of accomplishment as you reach each milestone. Efficiency. Having specific goals helps you allocate your time and resources more effectively. It enables you to plan your learning activities and prioritize tasks that align with your goals, making your learning process more efficient. Tips for setting effective learning goals. To set effective learning goals, it is important to consider the following tips. Be specific. Clearly define what you want to achieve. Instead of setting a vague goal like, improve my math skills, specify the exact skill or concept you want to master, such as, solve complex algebraic equations. Make it measurable. Set goals that can be measured or quantified. This allows you to track your progress and determine whether you have achieved your goal. For example, instead of setting a goal like, read more books, set a specific target like, read 10 books on personal development within 6 months. Set realistic goals. While it is important to challenge yourself, it is equally important to set goals that are attainable. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration and demotivation. Consider your current abilities and resources when setting your goals. Break it down. Break your larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks or milestones. This makes your goals more achievable and allows you to track your progress more effectively. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, break it down into smaller goals like learning basic vocabulary, mastering grammar rules, and practicing conversation skills. Set a timeline. Assign a timeline to your goals to create a sense of urgency and structure. This helps you stay focused and prevents procrastination. Be realistic when setting deadlines and consider the complexity of the task in your available time. Write it down. Document your goals in a journal or a digital format. Writing down your goals makes them more tangible and increases your commitment to achieving them. It also serves as a reminder and reference point throughout your learning journey. Review and adjust. Regularly review your goals and assess your progress. Adjust your goals if necessary, based on your evolving needs and circumstances. It is important to be flexible and adapt your goals as you gain new insights and experiences. Example of setting learning goals. To illustrate the process of setting learning goals, let's consider an example of a student who wants to improve their public speaking skills. Here's how they can set effective learning goals. Specific goal: improve public speaking skills by delivering a confident and engaging presentation. Measurable goal: successfully deliver a 5-minute presentation without relying on notes or excessive filler words. Realistic goal: practice public speaking for at least 30 minutes every day for the next 3 months. Break it down. Break the goal into smaller tasks, such as researching effective public speaking techniques, practicing vocal projection, and using visual aids effectively. Timeline: set a timeline to complete each task. For example, spend 1 week on research, 2 weeks on practicing vocal projection, and 1 week on using visual aids effectively. Write it down. Document the goals and tasks in a journal or a digital planner. Review and adjust. Regularly assess progress and adjust goals if necessary. Seek feedback from peers or mentors to identify areas for improvement. By following these steps, the student can set clear and achievable learning goals that will guide their efforts in improving their public speaking skills. Remember, setting learning goals is a dynamic process. As you progress and gain new insights, your goals may evolve. Be open to adjusting and refining your goals to ensure they continue to align with your learning journey. 1.4 Creating a learning plan. Creating a learning plan is an essential step in mastering the art of learning. It provides structure and direction to your learning journey, helping you stay organized and focused on your goals. A well-designed learning plan can maximize your learning potential and ensure efficient progress. In this section, we will explore the key elements of creating an effective learning plan. Setting clear learning objectives. The first step in creating a learning plan is to set clear and specific learning objectives. These objectives define what you want to achieve through your learning efforts. They provide a sense of purpose and direction, guiding your learning activities and helping you stay motivated. When setting learning objectives, it is important to make them SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific objectives clearly define what you want to learn, while measurable objectives allow you to track your progress. Achievable objectives ensure that your goals are realistic and within reach. Relevant objectives align with your overall learning goals and interests. Lastly, time-bound objectives set a deadline for achieving your learning goals, providing a sense of urgency and focus. For example, if you are learning a new programming language, a SMART learning objective could be, within 3 months, I will be able to develop a basic web application using the XYZ programming language. Assessing your current knowledge and skills. Before diving into your learning plan, it is important to assess your current knowledge and skills. This self-assessment helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to tailor your learning plan accordingly. It also helps you set realistic learning goals and prioritize your learning activities. There are various ways to assess your current knowledge and skills. You can take online quizzes, complete self-assessment exercises, or seek feedback from mentors or experts in the field. By understanding your starting point, you can create a learning plan that builds upon your existing knowledge and addresses any gaps or areas for improvement. Identifying learning resources and materials. Once you have set your learning objectives and assessed your current knowledge, the next step is to identify the learning resources and materials that will support your learning journey. These resources can include textbooks, online courses, video tutorials, articles, podcasts, or any other relevant materials. When selecting learning resources, consider their quality, relevance, and accessibility. Look for resources that are reputable, up-to-date, and aligned with your learning objectives. Consider different formats and mediums to cater to your preferred learning style. It is also helpful to gather a variety of resources to gain different perspectives and deepen your understanding of the subject matter. Creating a learning schedule. A learning schedule is a crucial component of your learning plan. It helps you allocate time for your learning activities and ensures that you make consistent progress towards your goals. A well-designed learning schedule takes into account your other commitments and responsibilities, allowing you to balance your learning with other aspects of your life. When creating a learning schedule, consider your peak learning times and energy levels. Some people are more productive in the morning, while others prefer studying in the evening. Identify the time slots that work best for you and allocate dedicated learning time during those periods. Break down your learning activities into manageable chunks and assign specific tasks to each study session. This will help you stay focused and make steady progress. Implementing effective learning strategies. In addition to setting objectives and creating a schedule, it is important to implement effective learning strategies in your plan. These strategies enhance your learning experience and optimize your retention and understanding of the material. Some effective learning strategies include active learning. Engage actively with the material by asking questions, summarizing key points, and applying concepts to real-life situations. Spaced repetition. Review and revise the material at regular intervals to reinforce your learning and improve long-term retention. Interleaving. Mix different topics or subjects within your study sessions to enhance your ability to make connections and apply knowledge across different contexts. Self-testing. Test your understanding by quizzing yourself or solving practice problems. This helps identify areas that need further review and reinforces your learning. Teaching others. Explain concepts to others or participate in study groups to solidify your understanding and gain new perspectives. By incorporating these strategies into your learning plan, you can enhance your learning experience and make the most of your study time. Monitoring and adjusting your learning plan. Creating a learning plan is not a one-time activity. It is important to regularly monitor your progress and adjust your plan as needed. Regularly evaluate your learning objectives, assess your progress, and make necessary modifications to your schedule or learning strategies. Monitoring your learning plan allows you to stay on track and make informed decisions about your learning journey. It helps you identify any obstacles or challenges that may arise and find ways to overcome them. By being flexible and adaptable, you can ensure that your learning plan remains effective and aligned with your evolving needs and goals. In conclusion, creating a learning plan is a crucial step in mastering the art of learning. It provides structure, direction, and focus to your learning journey. By setting clear objectives, assessing your current knowledge, identifying relevant resources, creating a schedule, implementing effective learning strategies, and monitoring your progress, you can create a learning plan that maximizes your learning potential and helps you achieve your goals. Remember, a well-designed learning plan is a roadmap to success in your learning endeavors. 2. Improving memory and retention. 2.1 Memory techniques and strategies. Memory is a fundamental aspect of learning. Without the ability to retain and recall information, the learning process becomes challenging. Fortunately, there are various memory techniques and strategies that can help improve your memory and enhance your learning experience. In this section, we will explore some effective methods to boost your memory and retention skills. Chunking. One of the most widely used memory techniques is chunking. Chunking involves breaking down large pieces of information into smaller, more manageable chunks. By organizing information into meaningful groups, you can improve your ability to remember and recall it. For example, if you are trying to memorize a long string of numbers like 482,917,365, you can chunk it into smaller groups like 482, 917, and 365. This way, you only need to remember 3 chunks instead of 9 individual digits, making it easier to retain the information. Mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices are memory aids that help you remember information by associating it with something more memorable or familiar. These devices can be in the form of acronyms, rhymes, or visual imagery. For instance, to remember the order of the planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, you can use the mnemonic, "My very educated mother just served us noodles." Each word in the sentence corresponds to the first letter of each planet, making it easier to recall the correct order. Visualization. Visualization is a powerful memory technique that involves creating mental images to represent information. Our brains are highly adept at remembering visual images, so leveraging this ability can significantly improve memory retention. When learning new concepts or facts, try to visualize them in your mind's eye. For example, if you are studying the parts of a flower, imagine a vivid image of a flower with each part clearly labeled. By associating the information with a visual representation, you create a stronger memory trace, making it easier to recall later. Spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is a learning technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals over time. Instead of cramming all the information in one study session, spaced repetition allows for better long-term retention. To implement spaced repetition, review the material shortly after learning it, then review it again after a few days, followed by another review after a week, and so on. This method takes advantage of the spacing effect, which suggests that information is better retained when it is revisited at spaced intervals rather than in a single session. Active recall. Active recall is a memory technique that involves actively retrieving information from memory rather than passively reviewing it. Instead of simply rereading your notes or textbooks, actively engage with the material by testing yourself on what you have learned. You can use flashcards, practice quizzes, or even teach the information to someone else to enhance active recall. By actively retrieving information, you strengthen the memory traces associated with that information, making it easier to remember in the future. Association and linking. Associating new information with existing knowledge or creating links between different pieces of information can significantly improve memory retention. By connecting new information to something you already know, you create a network of associations that make it easier to retrieve the information later. For example, if you are learning about the French Revolution, you can associate it with other historical events or figures from the same time period. By linking the French Revolution to familiar concepts, you create a web of connections that can help you remember the details more effectively. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a visual technique that helps organize and connect ideas. It involves creating a diagram that branches out from a central concept, with each branch representing a different subtopic or idea. When studying complex topics or trying to remember a large amount of information, creating a mind map can be a useful memory strategy. The visual representation helps you see the relationships between different ideas and aids in memory retrieval. Review and practice. Regular review and practice are essential for strengthening memory and improving retention. Set aside dedicated time to review previously learned material and engage in practice exercises related to the topic. By actively revisiting and practicing the information, you reinforce the memory traces associated with it, making it more likely to be retained in the long term. Regular review also helps prevent forgetting and ensures that the information stays fresh in your mind. Incorporating these memory techniques and strategies into your learning routine can significantly enhance your ability to retain and recall information. Experiment with different methods and find what works best for you. Remember, improving memory is a skill that can be developed with practice and persistence. 2.2 Effective Note-Taking. Note-taking is a crucial skill for effective learning. It helps you capture and organize information, enhances your understanding of the material, and improves your retention and recall. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to help you take effective notes that will support your learning process. The importance of note-taking. Note-taking serves as a bridge between listening or reading and actively engaging with the material. It helps you stay focused, identify key concepts, and make connections between ideas. By summarizing and paraphrasing information in your own words, you are more likely to understand and remember it. Preparing for note-taking. Before you start taking notes, it is essential to come prepared. Familiarize yourself with the topic or subject matter beforehand, so you have a basic understanding of what will be covered. Skim through any assigned readings or lecture notes to get an overview of the content. Choosing the right note-taking method. There are several note-taking methods you can choose from, depending on your personal preference and the nature of the material. Here are a few popular methods. Cornell method. The Cornell method involves dividing your paper into 3 sections, a narrow left-hand column for cues or questions, a wider right-hand column for notes, and a bottom section for summarizing the main points. This method encourages active engagement and provides a structured format for reviewing your notes later. Outline method. The outline method involves organizing your notes hierarchically, using headings, subheadings, and bullet points. This method is useful for capturing the main ideas and their supporting details in a logical and organized manner. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a visual note-taking technique that involves creating a diagram or flowchart to represent the relationships between different ideas or concepts. This method is particularly effective for subjects that have a lot of interconnected information. Charting method. The charting method involves creating a table or chart to compare and contrast different pieces of information. This method is useful for organizing and summarizing data, statistics, or any information that can be presented in a tabular format. Choose the method that best suits your learning style and the type of information you are working with. You can also experiment with combining different methods or adapting them to your specific needs. Active listening for note-taking. Effective note-taking starts with active listening. Here are some strategies to help you actively engage with the material while taking notes. Focus on key points. Listen for the main ideas, supporting details, and any examples or explanations provided by the instructor or author. Highlight or underline important information as you go along. Use abbreviations and symbols. Develop a set of abbreviations and symbols that make sense to you and can help you write faster. This will allow you to keep up with the pace of the lecture or reading while still capturing the essential information. Ask questions. If something is unclear or you need further clarification, don't hesitate to ask questions. This will not only help you understand the material better but also provide an opportunity for the instructor or author to elaborate on important points. Paraphrase and summarize. Instead of writing word for word, try to paraphrase and summarize the information in your own words. This will help you process and internalize the material more effectively. Organizing and reviewing your notes. Taking notes is only the first step, organizing and reviewing them is equally important. Here are some strategies to help you make the most of your notes. Review and revise. Regularly review and revise your notes to reinforce your understanding and retention of the material. This can be done immediately after the lecture or reading session, as well as periodically throughout the semester. Highlight and annotate. Use highlighters or colored pens to emphasize key points or important information in your notes. Additionally, annotate your notes with additional explanations, examples, or questions to further enhance your understanding. Create a summary. At the end of each study session or topic, create a summary of the main points from your notes. This will serve as a concise reference for quick review and help you consolidate your knowledge. Organize your notes. Keep your notes organized by using folders, binders, or digital note-taking apps. Create separate sections or folders for different subjects or topics to make it easier to locate specific information when needed. Utilizing technology for note-taking. In today's digital age, there are numerous technological tools and apps available to enhance your note-taking experience. Here are a few ways you can leverage technology for effective note-taking. Digital note-taking apps. Explore note-taking apps like Evernote, OneNote, or Notion that allow you to create, organize, and access your notes across multiple devices. These apps often offer features like searchability, synchronization, and the ability to add multimedia elements to your notes. Recording lectures. With the instructor's permission, you can use voice recording apps or built-in recording features on your smartphone to capture the lecture or discussion. This can be particularly helpful for complex or fast-paced lectures, allowing you to focus on understanding the material in the moment and review it later. Collaborative note-taking. Collaborate with classmates or study groups using tools like Google Docs or Microsoft OneDrive. This allows you to collectively create and edit notes, share resources, and benefit from different perspectives and insights. Remember, technology should complement your note-taking process, not distract you from it. Use it judiciously and find a balance that works for you. Conclusion. Effective note-taking is a valuable skill that can significantly enhance your learning experience. By choosing the right note-taking method, actively engaging with the material, and organizing and reviewing your notes, you can improve your understanding, retention, and recall of information. Additionally, leveraging technology can further enhance your note-taking process. Practice these strategies consistently, and you will master the art of effective note-taking, leading to improved learning outcomes. 2.3 Organizing information for better recall. One of the key factors in learning effectively is the ability to organize information in a way that promotes better recall. When information is organized and structured in a logical manner, it becomes easier to understand, remember, and retrieve when needed. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques for organizing information to enhance your learning experience. Chunking. Chunking is a technique that involves breaking down large amounts of information into smaller, more manageable chunks. By grouping related pieces of information together, you can create meaningful connections and make it easier for your brain to process and remember the information. To effectively use chunking, start by identifying the main concepts or ideas within the information you are trying to learn. Then, break down these concepts into smaller subtopics or categories. For example, if you are studying a history lesson on World War II, you could chunk the information into categories such as causes, major battles, key figures, and outcomes. By organizing the information in this way, you can create a mental framework that helps you remember and retrieve the details more easily. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a visual technique that allows you to organize and connect ideas in a nonlinear way. It involves creating a diagram or map that represents the relationships between different concepts or pieces of information. Mind maps are particularly useful for subjects that involve complex relationships or interconnected ideas. To create a mind map, start by writing down the main topic or concept in the center of a blank page. Then, branch out from the center with subtopics or related ideas, connecting them with lines or arrows. You can continue to expand the map by adding more branches and sub-branches as needed. The visual nature of mind maps helps to stimulate both the left and right hemispheres of the brain, making it easier to remember and understand the information. Outlining. Outlining is a linear method of organizing information that involves creating a hierarchical structure of main points and supporting details. It is particularly useful for subjects that follow a logical progression or have a clear structure, such as academic papers or presentations. To create an outline, start by identifying the main points or sections of the information you are trying to organize. These main points will serve as the headings or subheadings of your outline. Under each main point, list the supporting details or subtopics. You can further expand the outline by adding subtopics or additional details as needed. The hierarchical structure of an outline helps to create a clear and organized framework for understanding and remembering the information. Mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices are memory aids that help you remember information by associating it with something more memorable or familiar. They can be particularly useful for remembering lists, sequences, or complex information. There are several types of mnemonic devices you can use, including acronyms, acrostics, visualization, and rhymes. Acronyms involve creating a word or phrase where each letter represents a piece of information. For example, to remember the order of the planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, you can use the acronym, "My very eager mother just served us nachos." Acrostics involve creating a sentence or phrase where the first letter of each word represents a piece of information. For example, to remember the order of operations in mathematics: parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, you can use the acrostic, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Visualization involves creating vivid mental images that help you remember information. For example, if you are trying to remember a list of grocery items, you can visualize yourself walking through a supermarket and placing each item in your cart. Rhymes involve creating rhyming phrases or poems that help you remember information. For example, to remember the number of days in each month, you can use the rhyme, 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. Concept mapping. Concept mapping is a technique that involves creating a visual representation of the relationships between different concepts or ideas. It is similar to mind mapping but focuses more on the connections and relationships between concepts rather than the hierarchical structure. To create a concept map, start by identifying the main concepts or ideas and write them down as nodes or bubbles. Then, connect the nodes with lines or arrows to represent the relationships between the concepts. You can add additional nodes and connections as needed. Concept maps help to promote a deeper understanding of the relationships between different pieces of information, making it easier to remember and apply the knowledge. Summary. Organizing information is a crucial step in the learning process. By using techniques such as chunking, mind mapping, outlining, mnemonic devices, and concept mapping, you can create a structured and meaningful framework for understanding and remembering information. Experiment with different strategies and find the ones that work best for you. Remember, the goal is to create a system that enhances your ability to recall and apply the knowledge you have learned. 2.4 Reviewing and revising for long-term retention. Reviewing and revising are essential components of the learning process. They help reinforce knowledge, improve understanding, and promote long-term retention. In this section, we will explore effective strategies for reviewing and revising that can enhance your learning experience. 1. Regular review. One of the most effective ways to retain information is through regular review. Instead of cramming all your studying into one session, it is beneficial to review the material at regular intervals. This spaced repetition technique allows your brain to reinforce the information over time, leading to better retention. To implement regular review, create a study schedule that includes dedicated review sessions. For example, you can allocate specific time slots each week to review the material covered in the past week or month. By consistently revisiting the content, you will strengthen your understanding and memory of the material. 2. Active recall. Active recall is a powerful technique that involves actively retrieving information from memory rather than passively reviewing notes or textbooks. Instead of simply rereading your notes, try to recall the information without looking at any external resources. This method forces your brain to work harder to retrieve the information, strengthening the neural connections associated with that knowledge. To practice active recall, create flashcards or quiz yourself on the key concepts and facts. Alternatively, you can teach the material to someone else or engage in discussions with classmates to test your understanding. By actively retrieving information, you reinforce your memory and identify any gaps in your knowledge that need further review. 3. Summarize and simplify. Another effective strategy for reviewing and revising is to summarize and simplify the information. When you condense complex concepts into concise summaries, you enhance your understanding and make the material more memorable. To summarize and simplify, try to explain the information in your own words. Break down complex ideas into smaller, more manageable chunks. Use diagrams, flowcharts, or mind maps to visually represent the relationships between different concepts. By simplifying the material, you can identify the core ideas and reinforce your understanding of the subject matter. 4. Practice retrieval. Retrieval practice involves actively recalling information from memory without any prompts or cues. This technique helps strengthen memory and improves long-term retention. Instead of relying solely on passive review, actively engage with the material by testing yourself on the key concepts. To practice retrieval, create practice questions or use existing study resources that include questions and exercises. Challenge yourself to answer the questions without referring to your notes or textbooks. This process not only reinforces your memory but also helps identify areas where you may need further review or clarification. 5. Use multisensory techniques. Engaging multiple senses during the review process can enhance learning and retention. Instead of relying solely on reading or listening, incorporate visual, auditory, and kinesthetic elements into your review sessions. For example, you can create visual aids such as diagrams, charts, or mind maps to represent the information. Use mnemonic devices or acronyms to associate key concepts with memorable cues. Additionally, consider recording yourself explaining the material and listen to the recordings during your review sessions. By incorporating different sensory modalities, you activate multiple areas of the brain, making the learning experience more effective. 6. Seek feedback. Feedback is crucial for identifying areas of improvement and reinforcing learning. Actively seek feedback from teachers, mentors, or peers to gain different perspectives and insights. They can provide valuable input on your understanding of the material and suggest areas that need further review or clarification. Additionally, self-assessment is an important aspect of reviewing and revising. Reflect on your own performance and identify areas where you may have struggled or made mistakes. Use this feedback to guide your future review sessions and focus on strengthening those areas. 7. Reflect and adjust. Regularly reflect on your learning process and adjust your review strategies accordingly. Take the time to evaluate the effectiveness of your review sessions and identify any areas that need improvement. Consider the following questions. Did you feel confident in your understanding of the material? Were there any concepts or topics that you found particularly challenging? Did you use effective review techniques, or do you need to explore new strategies? Based on your reflections, make adjustments to your review plan. Experiment with different techniques and approaches to find what works best for you. Remember that everyone learns differently, so it's important to tailor your review strategies to your individual needs and preferences. By implementing these strategies for reviewing and revising, you can enhance your learning experience and improve long-term retention. Regular review, active recall, summarization, retrieval practice, multisensory techniques, seeking feedback, and reflection are all valuable tools that can help you master the art of learning. 3. Developing effective study habits. 3.2 Time management for studying. Effective time management is crucial for successful learning. When you have a lot of material to cover in limited time, it's important to prioritize your tasks and allocate your time wisely. By managing your time effectively, you can maximize your productivity, reduce stress, and improve your overall learning experience. In this section, we will explore some strategies and techniques to help you manage your time effectively for studying. Set clear goals and prioritize tasks. Before you start studying, it's essential to set clear goals and prioritize your tasks. Begin by identifying what you need to accomplish and break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. This will help you stay focused and organized. Prioritize your tasks based on their importance and urgency. Consider using a to-do list or a planner to keep track of your tasks and deadlines. Create a study schedule. Creating a study schedule is an effective way to manage your time for studying. Allocate specific time slots for different subjects or topics based on their importance and difficulty level. Be realistic when setting your study schedule and consider your energy levels and concentration span. It's important to include breaks in your schedule to rest and recharge. Stick to your study schedule as much as possible to develop a consistent study routine. Use time blocking technique. Time blocking is a technique that involves assigning specific blocks of time for different activities or tasks. This technique can help you stay focused and avoid distractions. Start by identifying your most productive hours of the day and allocate them for studying. During these blocks of time, eliminate any potential distractions, such as turning off your phone or finding a quiet study space. By dedicating specific time blocks for studying, you can make the most of your time and increase your productivity. Avoid procrastination. Procrastination can be a major obstacle to effective time management. It's important to recognize the signs of procrastination and take steps to overcome it. One effective strategy is to break down your tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. This can make the task feel less overwhelming and easier to start. Additionally, try using the 2-minute rule, which involves committing to working on a task for just 2 minutes. Often, once you get started, you'll find it easier to continue working. Practice time management techniques. There are several time management techniques that can help you make the most of your study time. One popular technique is the Pomodoro technique, which involves working for a set period of time, usually 25 minutes, and then taking a short break, around 5 minutes. After completing a few cycles, take a longer break, around 15 to 30 minutes. This technique can help improve focus and prevent burnout. Another technique is the Eisenhower matrix, which involves categorizing tasks based on their urgency and importance. This matrix helps you prioritize tasks and focus on what is truly important. By identifying and eliminating tasks that are not urgent or important, you can free up more time for studying. Eliminate time-wasting activities. To effectively manage your time for studying, it's important to identify and eliminate time-wasting activities. This may include reducing time spent on social media, watching television, or engaging in other non-productive activities. Consider setting limits on these activities or using apps or browser extensions that can help you track and limit your time spent on them. By minimizing distractions and time-wasting activities, you can create more time for focused studying. Take advantage of idle time. Make use of idle time throughout your day to study or review material. This can include commuting time, waiting in line, or breaks between classes or meetings. Carry study materials with you, such as flashcards or a small notebook, so you can make productive use of these pockets of time. By utilizing idle time, you can make progress in your studies even when you have a busy schedule. Seek support and accountability. Having support and accountability can greatly enhance your time management for studying. Consider forming a study group or finding a study buddy who shares similar goals and can help keep you motivated and accountable. You can set study sessions together, share resources, and discuss challenging concepts. Additionally, consider seeking support from teachers, tutors, or mentors who can provide guidance and help you stay on track. Reflect and adjust. Regularly reflect on your time management strategies and assess their effectiveness. Take note of what is working well and what needs improvement. Be open to adjusting your study schedule and techniques as needed. Everyone's learning style and preferences are different, so it's important to find what works best for you. By continuously evaluating and adjusting your time management strategies, you can optimize your study time and achieve better learning outcomes. In conclusion, effective time management is essential for successful studying. By setting clear goals, creating a study schedule, using time blocking techniques, avoiding procrastination, and eliminating time-wasting activities, you can make the most of your study time. Additionally, taking advantage of idle time, seeking support and accountability, and regularly reflecting and adjusting your strategies can further enhance your time management skills. Remember, effective time management is a skill that can be developed with practice and consistency. 3.3 Active Learning Techniques. Active learning is a powerful approach to learning that involves actively engaging with the material and participating in the learning process. It goes beyond passive listening or reading and encourages learners to think critically, ask questions, and apply their knowledge. By actively participating in the learning process, you can enhance your understanding, retention, and application of the information. In this section, we will explore various active learning techniques that you can incorporate into your study routine to improve your learning outcomes. 1. Participate in discussions and group activities. Engaging in discussions and group activities is an excellent way to actively learn and reinforce your understanding of the subject matter. By sharing your thoughts, asking questions, and listening to others' perspectives, you can gain new insights and deepen your understanding of the topic. Participating in group activities such as group projects or study groups can also help you learn from your peers and collaborate on problem-solving tasks. 2. Teach someone else. One of the most effective ways to solidify your understanding of a topic is to teach it to someone else. When you explain concepts to others, you have to organize your thoughts, simplify complex ideas, and articulate them clearly. This process not only helps you identify any gaps in your knowledge but also reinforces your understanding of the material. Teaching someone else also allows you to approach the topic from a different perspective, which can enhance your critical thinking skills. 3. Use mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices are memory aids that help you remember information by associating it with something more memorable or familiar. They can be acronyms, rhymes, or visual images that serve as mental cues. Mnemonic devices are particularly useful for memorizing lists, formulas, or sequences. By actively creating and using mnemonic devices, you engage your brain in the learning process and make the information more memorable and easier to recall. 4. Practice retrieval and spaced repetition. Retrieval practice involves actively recalling information from memory rather than simply reviewing it. This technique has been shown to enhance long-term retention and improve learning outcomes. Instead of passively rereading your notes or textbooks, try to recall the information from memory. This can be done through flashcards, quizzes, or summarizing the material in your own words. Spaced repetition, on the other hand, involves reviewing the material at spaced intervals over time. By revisiting the information at strategic intervals, you reinforce your memory and prevent forgetting. 5. Solve problems and apply concepts. Active learning involves applying what you have learned to real-world situations or problem-solving tasks. By actively engaging with problems and applying the concepts you have learned, you deepen your understanding and develop critical thinking skills. Seek out practice problems, case studies, or real-life examples that allow you to apply the knowledge and skills you have acquired. This active application of knowledge helps you transfer what you have learned to new contexts and enhances your ability to solve problems independently. 6. Use visualization and mind mapping. Visualization is a powerful technique that involves creating mental images or diagrams to represent information. By visualizing concepts, processes, or relationships, you can enhance your understanding and retention of the material. Mind mapping is a visual tool that allows you to organize and connect ideas in a hierarchical and nonlinear manner. It helps you see the big picture and the relationships between different concepts. By actively creating visual representations of the material, you engage your visual and spatial memory, making the information more memorable. 7. Seek feedback and reflect on your learning. Actively seeking feedback from instructors, peers, or mentors can provide valuable insights into your learning progress and areas for improvement. Feedback helps you identify any misconceptions, gaps in knowledge, or areas that need further clarification. Reflecting on your learning experiences and evaluating your own understanding can also enhance your metacognitive skills. Regularly ask yourself questions like, what did I learn? What do I still need to understand? Or, how can I apply this knowledge? This self-reflection promotes deeper learning and helps you identify strategies to improve your learning process. 8. Gamify your learning. Gamification involves incorporating game elements into the learning process to make it more engaging and enjoyable. You can create quizzes, challenges, or competitions to motivate yourself and make learning more interactive. Gamifying your learning experience can increase your motivation, focus, and retention of the material. It also provides a sense of accomplishment and progress as you achieve milestones or unlock new levels. Incorporating these active learning techniques into your study routine can significantly enhance your learning outcomes. By actively engaging with the material, participating in discussions, teaching others, using mnemonic devices, practicing retrieval, solving problems, visualizing concepts, seeking feedback, and gamifying your learning, you can improve your understanding, retention, and application of knowledge. Remember, learning is an active process, and the more actively you engage with the material, the more you will learn and grow. 3.4 Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is a common challenge that many individuals face when it comes to learning and studying. It is the act of delaying or postponing tasks, often opting for more immediate and pleasurable activities instead. While it may provide temporary relief, procrastination can hinder your progress and negatively impact your learning outcomes. In this section, we will explore strategies to overcome procrastination and develop effective study habits. Understanding procrastination. Before we delve into overcoming procrastination, it is important to understand why we procrastinate in the first place. Procrastination can stem from various factors, including fear of failure, lack of motivation, perfectionism, or feeling overwhelmed by the task at hand. Recognizing these underlying causes can help you address them and develop strategies to overcome procrastination. Breaking tasks into smaller steps. One effective way to combat procrastination is by breaking down your tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. When faced with a large and daunting task, it is easy to feel overwhelmed and put it off. However, by breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps, you can make the task seem less intimidating and more achievable. Start by identifying the specific actions required to complete the task. For example, if you have a research paper to write, break it down into steps such as conducting research, outlining the paper, writing the introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion, and editing and proofreading. By focusing on one step at a time, you can make progress and build momentum, which can help overcome the urge to procrastinate. Setting realistic goals and deadlines. Another effective strategy to overcome procrastination is setting realistic goals and deadlines. When setting goals, it is important to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Smart. By setting clear objectives, you can create a sense of purpose and direction, which can motivate you to take action. Additionally, setting deadlines for each task or subtask can provide a sense of urgency and prevent procrastination. However, it is crucial to set realistic deadlines that consider the complexity and time required for each task. Setting overly ambitious deadlines can lead to frustration and further procrastination. Be honest with yourself about how long tasks will take and allocate sufficient time to complete them. Creating a structured study schedule. A structured study schedule can help you stay organized and accountable, reducing the likelihood of procrastination. Start by identifying your most productive times of the day and allocate those periods for focused studying. Create a schedule that includes specific study blocks for each subject or task, allowing for breaks in between to rest and recharge. When creating your study schedule, consider your personal preferences and learning style. Some individuals prefer shorter, more frequent study sessions, while others may benefit from longer, uninterrupted periods of study. Experiment with different schedules to find what works best for you and stick to it consistently. Utilizing time management techniques. Effective time management is crucial for overcoming procrastination. One popular technique is the Pomodoro technique, which involves breaking your study time into intervals of focused work followed by short breaks. Typically, each interval consists of 25 minutes of work followed by a 5-minute break. After completing 4 intervals, take a longer break of around 15 to 30 minutes. This technique helps maintain focus and prevents burnout by providing regular breaks. It also creates a sense of urgency during the work intervals, reducing the temptation to procrastinate. Experiment with different time management techniques to find the one that suits your needs and helps you stay on track. Eliminating distractions. Distractions can significantly contribute to procrastination. To overcome this, it is important to identify and eliminate or minimize potential distractions in your study environment. Turn off notifications on your phone or put it in another room, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and create a quiet and clutter-free workspace. If you find it challenging to resist the temptation of distractions, consider using website blockers or productivity apps that limit access to distracting websites or apps during your study sessions. By creating a focused and distraction-free environment, you can enhance your productivity and reduce the likelihood of procrastination. Seeking accountability and support. Accountability can be a powerful motivator in overcoming procrastination. Share your study goals and progress with a friend, family member, or study group. By verbalizing your commitments and regularly updating them on your progress, you create a sense of responsibility and increase your motivation to follow through. Additionally, consider joining a study group or finding a study buddy who shares similar goals and can provide support and encouragement. Collaborating with others can help you stay accountable, share resources and study strategies, and provide a sense of camaraderie in your learning journey. Practicing self-compassion. Lastly, it is important to practice self-compassion when facing procrastination. Beating yourself up for procrastinating will only lead to further demotivation and negative emotions. Instead, acknowledge that procrastination is a common challenge and focus on finding solutions and strategies to overcome it. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and be kind to yourself when setbacks occur. Remember that learning is a continuous process, and setbacks are opportunities for growth and improvement. By cultivating a positive and compassionate mindset, you can overcome procrastination and develop effective study habits. Conclusion. Procrastination can hinder your learning progress and negatively impact your academic or personal goals. By understanding the underlying causes of procrastination and implementing strategies such as breaking tasks into smaller steps, setting realistic goals and deadlines, creating a structured study schedule, utilizing time management techniques, eliminating distractions, seeking accountability and support, and practicing self-compassion, you can overcome procrastination and develop effective study habits. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a journey, and with consistent effort and perseverance, you can master the art of learning. 3.5. Managing distractions. In today's fast-paced and technology-driven world, distractions are everywhere. From social media notifications to the constant buzz of incoming emails, it can be challenging to stay focused and maintain concentration while studying or learning. However, managing distractions is crucial if you want to optimize your learning experience and improve your ability to retain information. In this section, we will explore effective strategies for managing distractions and creating a productive study environment. 1. Minimize external distractions. One of the first steps in managing distractions is to minimize external factors that can divert your attention away from your studies. Here are some practical tips to help you create a distraction-free environment. Find a quiet place. Choose a study area where you can minimize noise and interruptions. This could be a library, a dedicated study room, or a quiet corner of your home. Turn off notifications. Silence your phone or put it on airplane mode to avoid being constantly interrupted by notifications. If possible, keep it in another room to resist the temptation of checking it. Create physical boundaries. Let your family members or roommates know that you need uninterrupted study time. Use visual cues like a closed door or a "do not disturb" sign to signal that you are not to be disturbed. Clear your workspace. Remove any unnecessary items from your study area that may distract you. Keep only the materials and resources you need for your current study session. 2. Manage internal distractions. While external distractions can be challenging to control, managing internal distractions is equally important. Internal distractions refer to thoughts, emotions, or habits that hinder your ability to concentrate. Here are some strategies to help you manage internal distractions. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of the current moment. By cultivating mindfulness, you can train your mind to stay focused and reduce the impact of internal distractions. Incorporate mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing exercises or meditation into your study routine. Set clear goals. Clearly define your study goals and break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. This will help you stay focused and motivated, as you will have a clear sense of direction and purpose. Use visualization techniques. Visualize yourself successfully completing your study tasks and achieving your learning goals. This mental imagery can help you stay motivated and maintain concentration. Take regular breaks. While it may seem counterintuitive, taking regular breaks can actually improve your focus and productivity. Schedule short breaks during your study sessions to rest and recharge. Use this time to stretch, hydrate, or engage in a brief physical activity. Practice self-discipline. Develop self-discipline by setting boundaries for yourself and sticking to them. Avoid engaging in activities that are not related to your study goals during your designated study time. Train yourself to resist the urge to check social media or browse the internet aimlessly. 3. Utilize time management techniques. Effective time management is essential for managing distractions and maximizing your learning potential. Here are some time management techniques to help you stay on track. Create a study schedule. Plan your study sessions in advance and allocate specific time slots for different subjects or tasks. Having a structured schedule will help you stay organized and minimize the chances of getting distracted. Prioritize tasks. Identify the most important and urgent tasks and prioritize them accordingly. Focus on completing high-priority tasks first to ensure that you make progress towards your learning goals. Use time blocking. Time blocking involves dividing your study time into specific blocks dedicated to different tasks or subjects. By assigning specific time slots for each activity, you can maintain focus and avoid getting sidetracked. Set deadlines. Establish realistic deadlines for your study tasks to create a sense of urgency and accountability. Breaking down your learning goals into smaller deadlines can help you stay motivated and avoid procrastination. 4. Create a positive study environment. Your study environment plays a significant role in your ability to concentrate and manage distractions. Here are some tips to create a positive study environment. Organize your study materials. Keep your study materials, such as textbooks, notebooks, and stationery, neatly organized and easily accessible. This will save you time and minimize distractions when you need to find specific resources. Use ambient noise or background music. Some individuals find it helpful to have background noise or music while studying. Experiment with different types of ambient noise or instrumental music to find what works best for you. Avoid lyrics or music that may be distracting. Personalize your study space. Make your study area comfortable and inviting by adding personal touches that motivate and inspire you. This could include motivational quotes, pictures, or plants. Take care of your physical well-being. Ensure that you are well rested, hydrated, and nourished before you begin your study sessions. Physical discomfort or fatigue can contribute to distractions and hinder your ability to concentrate. By implementing these strategies, you can effectively manage distractions and create an optimal learning environment. Remember, mastering the art of learning requires discipline, focus, and a commitment to continuous improvement. With practice and perseverance, you can develop the skills and habits necessary to learn better and achieve your academic and personal goals. 3.6 Using technology for learning. In today's digital age, technology has become an integral part of our lives, including the way we learn. With the advancements in technology, there are numerous tools and resources available that can greatly enhance the learning experience. Whether you are a student, a professional, or someone who simply wants to expand their knowledge, utilizing technology for learning can help you learn better and more efficiently. In this section, we will explore various ways in which you can leverage technology to enhance your learning journey. Online courses and e-learning platforms. One of the most popular and effective ways to use technology for learning is through online courses and e-learning platforms. These platforms offer a wide range of courses on various subjects, allowing you to learn at your own pace and convenience. Online courses often include video lectures, interactive quizzes, and assignments that provide a comprehensive learning experience. Some popular e-learning platforms include Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy. Educational apps and websites. Another way to leverage technology for learning is by using educational apps and websites. There are numerous apps and websites available that offer educational content in a fun and interactive manner. These apps and websites cover a wide range of subjects, from language learning to math and science. Some popular educational apps include Duolingo for language learning, Khan Academy for academic subjects, and Quizlet for flashcards and study materials. Digital libraries and online resources. Technology has made it easier than ever to access a vast amount of information through digital libraries and online resources. Platforms like Google Scholar, JSTOR, and PubMed provide access to a wide range of academic journals, research papers, and scholarly articles. Additionally, many universities and institutions offer online libraries that allow you to access books, textbooks, and other learning materials digitally. These resources can greatly enhance your learning by providing you with up-to-date and reliable information. Collaborative learning tools. Technology has also revolutionized the way we collaborate and learn together. Collaborative learning tools enable students and professionals to work together on projects, share ideas, and provide feedback in real time. Platforms like Google Docs, Microsoft Teams, and Slack allow for seamless collaboration, making it easier to work on group assignments or engage in virtual discussions. These tools not only enhance the learning experience but also promote teamwork and communication skills. Multimedia resources. Technology has made it possible to incorporate multimedia resources into the learning process. Instead of relying solely on textbooks and lectures, you can now access videos, podcasts, and interactive simulations to enhance your understanding of complex concepts. Platforms like YouTube, TED Talks, and educational podcasts offer a wealth of educational content that can be accessed anytime and anywhere. These multimedia resources provide a dynamic and engaging learning experience that caters to different learning styles. Virtual reality and augmented reality. Virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality (AR) technologies have opened up new possibilities for immersive learning experiences. VR allows you to explore virtual environments and interact with objects and scenarios that would otherwise be inaccessible. AR overlays digital information onto the real world, enhancing your understanding of concepts and providing interactive learning experiences. These technologies are particularly useful in fields like science, engineering, and medicine, where hands-on experience is crucial. Online study tools and productivity apps. To optimize your learning experience, there are various online study tools and productivity apps available. These tools can help you stay organized, manage your time effectively, and track your progress. Tools like Evernote, Trello, and Todoist can help you create to-do lists, set reminders, and organize your study materials. Additionally, productivity apps like Forest and Focusitable can help you minimize distractions and stay focused during your study sessions. Adaptive learning systems. Adaptive learning systems use artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to personalize the learning experience based on individual needs and preferences. These systems analyze your performance and provide customized learning materials and feedback to help you improve. Adaptive learning platforms like Sarago and Smart Sparrow adapt to your learning style and pace, ensuring that you receive the most relevant and effective learning materials. Online tutoring and mentoring. If you require additional support or guidance in your learning journey, online tutoring and mentoring can be invaluable. Many online platforms connect students with qualified tutors and mentors who can provide one-on-one assistance and personalized guidance. These sessions can be conducted through video calls, chat platforms, or virtual classrooms, allowing for flexible and convenient learning opportunities. Continuous learning through social media and online communities. Social media platforms and online communities provide opportunities for continuous learning and knowledge sharing. Platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit have communities and groups dedicated to various subjects and industries. By actively participating in these communities, you can engage in discussions, ask questions, and learn from experts and peers. Additionally, following influential individuals and organizations in your field of interest can provide you with valuable insights and resources. In conclusion, technology has revolutionized the way we learn, offering a wide range of tools and resources that can greatly enhance the learning experience. By leveraging technology for learning, you can access a wealth of information, collaborate with others, personalize your learning journey, and engage in immersive experiences. Whether you are a student, a professional, or someone who simply wants to expand their knowledge, incorporating technology into your learning process can help you learn better and more effectively. Embrace the opportunities that technology provides and embark on a lifelong journey of continuous learning. 4. Enhancing concentration and focus. 4.1 Improving attention span. One of the key factors in effective learning is the ability to maintain focus and sustain attention. However, in today's fast-paced and technology-driven world, it can be challenging to stay focused for extended periods. Distractions are everywhere, from social media notifications to the constant influx of information. Fortunately, there are strategies and techniques that can help improve attention span and enhance learning outcomes. Understanding attention span. Attention span refers to the length of time an individual can concentrate on a task without being distracted. It is a cognitive skill that plays a crucial role in learning and retaining information. A longer attention span allows for deeper engagement with the material, better comprehension, and improved memory recall. Factors affecting attention span. Several factors can influence attention span, including environment. The physical environment can significantly impact attention. A quiet and organized space with minimal distractions promotes better focus. Mental and physical state. Factors such as fatigue, hunger, stress, and emotional state can affect attention. It is important to address these factors to optimize focus. Interest and relevance. When the material is interesting and relevant to the learner, attention span tends to be longer. Finding ways to make the content engaging can help sustain focus. Task difficulty. If a task is too easy or too challenging, it can lead to decreased attention. Finding the right balance of challenge can help maintain focus. Strategies to improve attention span. Enhancing attention span requires practice and the implementation of effective strategies. Here are some techniques that can help improve focus and concentration. 1. Chunking. Breaking down complex tasks or information into smaller, more manageable chunks can make them easier to process and retain. By focusing on one chunk at a time, you can maintain attention and prevent overwhelm. 2. Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method that involves working in focused bursts followed by short breaks. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work on a task with full concentration. After the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break. Repeat this cycle 4 times, and then take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This technique helps maintain focus by providing regular breaks and preventing burnout. 3. Eliminate distractions. Identify and eliminate distractions in your environment. Put your phone on silent or in another room, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and create a dedicated study space free from distractions. Consider using website blockers or apps that limit access to distracting websites or apps during study sessions. 4. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of the current moment. Engaging in mindfulness exercises, such as deep breathing or meditation, can help improve attention span. Set aside a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness and train your mind to stay focused. 5. Use visual aids. Visual aids, such as diagrams, charts, or mind maps, can help enhance focus and understanding. They provide a visual representation of information, making it easier to process and remember. Incorporate visual aids into your study materials to improve attention and retention. 6. Engage in regular physical exercise. Physical exercise has been shown to improve cognitive function, including attention span. Engaging in regular exercise, such as walking, jogging, or yoga, can help increase blood flow to the brain and enhance focus. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. 7. Practice active listening. When learning through lectures or discussions, actively engage in the process by taking notes, asking questions, and participating in discussions. Actively listening and engaging with the material can help maintain attention and improve comprehension. 8. Break tasks into smaller steps. Large tasks can be overwhelming and lead to decreased attention. Break down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Focus on completing one step at a time, which can help maintain motivation and attention throughout the process. 9. Set clear goals. Setting clear goals for your study sessions can help improve attention and motivation. Define what you want to accomplish during each session and break it down into specific tasks. Having a clear purpose and direction can enhance focus and productivity. 10. Practice deep work. Deep work refers to a state of focused and uninterrupted concentration on a cognitively demanding task. Create dedicated blocks of time for deep work, during which you eliminate all distractions and fully immerse yourself in the task at hand. This practice can help improve attention span and productivity. Remember, improving attention span is a skill that requires practice and consistency. By implementing these strategies and making them a part of your study routine, you can enhance your ability to focus, retain information, and ultimately improve your learning outcomes. 4.2. Minimizing multitasking. In today's fast-paced world, multitasking has become a common practice for many individuals. With the constant influx of information and the pressure to accomplish multiple tasks simultaneously, it can be tempting to engage in multitasking as a way to maximize productivity. However, research has shown that multitasking can actually hinder learning and cognitive performance. In this section, we will explore the detrimental effects of multitasking on learning and provide strategies to minimize multitasking and enhance concentration and focus. The myth of multitasking. Contrary to popular belief, multitasking is not an effective way to manage tasks and learn efficiently. The human brain is not designed to handle multiple tasks simultaneously. When we engage in multitasking, our attention becomes divided, leading to decreased focus and reduced cognitive performance. Studies have shown that multitasking can result in a significant decrease in productivity, as it takes time for our brain to switch between tasks, leading to inefficiency and errors. The cognitive costs of multitasking. Multitasking not only affects our productivity but also has a negative impact on our ability to learn and retain information. When we divide our attention between multiple tasks, our brain struggles to process and encode information effectively. This can lead to shallow learning and poor memory retention. Additionally, multitasking can impair our ability to concentrate and comprehend complex concepts, as our attention is constantly shifting. Strategies to minimize multitasking. To enhance concentration and focus, it is essential to minimize multitasking and create an environment conducive to deep learning. Here are some strategies to help you minimize multitasking and optimize your learning experience. Single tasking. instead of trying to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, focus on one task at a time. Prioritize your tasks and allocate dedicated time for each activity. By giving your full attention to one task, you can improve your concentration and productivity. Eliminate distractions. Identify and eliminate potential distractions in your environment. Turn off notifications on your phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and find a quiet space where you can focus without interruptions. Creating a distraction-free environment will help you stay focused and engaged in your learning activities. Time blocking. Use time blocking techniques to allocate specific time slots for different tasks. By scheduling dedicated time for studying or working on a particular project, you can avoid the temptation to multitask and ensure that you give your undivided attention to each task. Chunking. Break down complex tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. By focusing on one small task at a time, you can maintain your concentration and prevent the urge to switch between multiple tasks. Once you complete one chunk, move on to the next, gradually progressing towards your larger goal. Practice deep work. Deep work refers to a state of focused and uninterrupted concentration on a cognitively demanding task. Set aside dedicated periods of time for deep work, during which you eliminate all distractions and immerse yourself fully in the task at hand. This practice can significantly enhance your productivity and learning outcomes. Use task management tools. Utilize task management tools and techniques to stay organized and prioritize your tasks. Tools like to-do lists, project management software, and time tracking apps can help you stay focused and ensure that you allocate sufficient time for each task without the need for multitasking. Take regular breaks. While it may seem counterintuitive, taking regular breaks can actually improve your focus and productivity. Our brains need time to rest and recharge. Incorporate short breaks into your study or work sessions to prevent mental fatigue and maintain optimal cognitive performance. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate mindfulness to enhance your ability to stay present and focused. Mindfulness exercises, such as deep breathing, meditation, and body scans, can help you develop greater awareness and control over your attention. By practicing mindfulness, you can minimize distractions and improve your concentration. Remember, learning is a complex process that requires dedicated focus and attention. By minimizing multitasking and creating an environment conducive to deep learning, you can enhance your concentration and optimize your learning outcomes. Embrace the power of single tasking and give your undivided attention to each learning activity. 4.3 Practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful practice that can greatly enhance your ability to learn and retain information. By cultivating a state of present moment awareness, you can improve your focus, concentration, and overall cognitive functioning. In this section, we will explore the concept of mindfulness and how you can incorporate it into your learning routine to optimize your learning experience. Understanding mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of intentionally paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves bringing your awareness to your thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the environment around you. By practicing mindfulness, you can develop a greater sense of clarity, calmness, and mental agility. Benefits of mindfulness for learning. Incorporating mindfulness into your learning routine can have numerous benefits. Here are some ways in which mindfulness can enhance your learning experience. Improved focus and concentration. One of the key benefits of mindfulness is its ability to improve focus and concentration. When you practice mindfulness, you train your mind to stay present and resist distractions. This can be particularly helpful when studying or engaging in complex tasks that require sustained attention. Reduced stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety can significantly hinder your ability to learn effectively. Mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety by promoting relaxation and helping you develop a more balanced perspective. By practicing mindfulness, you can create a calmer and more conducive learning environment. Enhanced memory and retention. Mindfulness can also improve your memory and retention of information. When you are fully present and engaged in the learning process, you are more likely to encode information effectively and retrieve it later. By practicing mindfulness, you can optimize your brain's ability to form and consolidate memories. Increased creativity and problem-solving skills. Mindfulness can enhance your creativity and problem-solving skills by fostering a more open and flexible mindset. When you approach learning with a non-judgmental and curious attitude, you are more likely to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions to challenges. Improved emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is crucial for effective learning. Mindfulness can help you develop greater emotional awareness and regulation, allowing you to manage stress, frustration, and other negative emotions that may arise during the learning process. By cultivating emotional resilience, you can maintain a positive and productive mindset. Incorporating mindfulness into your learning routine. Now that you understand the benefits of mindfulness for learning, let's explore some practical ways to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest and most accessible mindfulness practices is mindful breathing. Take a few moments each day to focus your attention on your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. Whenever your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice can help you cultivate present moment awareness and calm your mind. Mindful study sessions. Before you begin a study session, take a few minutes to ground yourself in the present moment. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to let go of any distractions or concerns. As you study, try to maintain a sense of focused awareness on the task at hand. Whenever your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your studies. Mindful movement. Engaging in mindful movement practices such as yoga or Tai Chi can also enhance your learning experience. These practices involve combining movement with breath awareness, promoting a state of focused attention and relaxation. Consider incorporating a short yoga or Tai Chi session into your daily routine to help you cultivate mindfulness and reduce stress. Mindful reflection. At the end of each study session, take a few moments to reflect on what you have learned. Ask yourself questions such as, what were the main concepts I covered? What connections did I make between different ideas? How can I apply this knowledge in real-life situations? By engaging in mindful reflection, you can deepen your understanding and consolidate your learning. Mindful breaks. Taking regular breaks during your study sessions is essential for maintaining focus and preventing burnout. Use these breaks as an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Step away from your study area and engage in a brief mindfulness exercise such as a short walk in nature, mindful eating, or a guided meditation. These breaks can help refresh your mind and enhance your overall learning experience. Conclusion. Practicing mindfulness can significantly enhance your learning experience by improving focus, reducing stress, enhancing memory, fostering creativity, and promoting emotional regulation. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine, you can create a more conducive learning environment and optimize your ability to acquire and retain knowledge. Experiment with different mindfulness practices and find what works best for you. With consistent practice, you can master the art of learning through mindfulness. 4.4 Utilizing focus techniques. In order to learn effectively, it is crucial to develop strong focus and concentration skills. Distractions and lack of focus can hinder the learning process and make it difficult to retain information. Fortunately, there are several techniques that can help you improve your focus and enhance your learning experience. In this section, we will explore some of these techniques and provide practical tips on how to utilize them effectively. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful technique that can help you improve your focus and concentration. It involves being fully present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. By practicing mindfulness, you can train your mind to stay focused on the task at hand and minimize distractions. To incorporate mindfulness into your learning routine, try the following. Start by finding a quiet and comfortable place to study. Eliminate any potential distractions, such as your phone or other electronic devices. Take a few deep breaths and bring your attention to the present moment. Notice any thoughts or feelings that arise, but try not to get caught up in them. Instead, gently redirect your focus back to your study material. Engage all your senses in the learning process. Pay attention to the words you read or the information you hear. Visualize concepts and try to create mental images to enhance your understanding. Take short breaks to practice mindfulness throughout your study session. Use these breaks to relax your mind, stretch, or engage in a brief meditation exercise. By incorporating mindfulness into your learning routine, you can improve your ability to stay focused and absorb information more effectively. 2. Use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method that can help you improve your focus and productivity. It involves breaking your study time into intervals, typically 25 minutes long, called Pomodoros. After each Pomodoro, you take a short break of around 5 minutes. After completing 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break of around 15 to 30 minutes. To utilize the Pomodoro technique effectively, set a timer for 25 minutes and commit to focusing solely on your study material during that time. Avoid any distractions or interruptions during the Pomodoro. If any thoughts or distractions arise, jot them down quickly and return your focus to your study material. When the timer goes off, take a short break to relax and recharge. Use this time to stretch, grab a snack, or engage in a quick physical activity. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break to rest and rejuvenate. Use this time to engage in a more extended activity, such as going for a walk or practicing deep breathing exercises. The Pomodoro technique can help you maintain a high level of focus and prevent burnout during long study sessions. By breaking your study time into manageable intervals, you can enhance your productivity and retain information more effectively. 3. Create a distraction-free environment. Creating a distraction-free environment is essential for maintaining focus and concentration while studying. Minimizing external distractions can significantly improve your ability to absorb information and learn effectively. Here are some tips for creating a distraction-free environment. Find a quiet and well-lit study space where you can focus without interruptions. If possible, choose a separate room or a quiet corner of your home. Turn off or silence your phone and other electronic devices that may tempt you to check notifications or engage in unrelated activities. Inform your family members or roommates about your study schedule and request their cooperation in minimizing distractions. Use noise-canceling headphones or play soft instrumental music to block out any background noise that may disrupt your concentration. Keep your study area clean and organized. Clutter can be distracting and make it difficult to focus on your study material. By creating a distraction-free environment, you can optimize your learning experience and improve your ability to concentrate on the task at hand. 4. Practice single tasking. Multitasking may seem like an efficient way to get more done in less time, but it can actually hinder your ability to learn effectively. When you try to focus on multiple tasks simultaneously, your attention becomes divided, and you may not give each task the attention it deserves. Instead of multitasking, practice single tasking to enhance your focus and concentration. Here's how. Prioritize your tasks and focus on one task at a time. Break down larger tasks into smaller, manageable chunks to make them more approachable. Set specific goals for each task and allocate dedicated time to work on them. Avoid switching between tasks until you have completed the current one or reached a natural stopping point. Minimize distractions by turning off notifications on your electronic devices and closing unnecessary tabs or applications on your computer. Practice deep work by immersing yourself fully in the task at hand. Avoid checking emails or engaging in unrelated activities during your dedicated study time. By practicing single tasking, you can improve your focus, productivity, and overall learning experience. 5. Use visualization techniques. Visualization is a powerful technique that can enhance your focus and improve your ability to retain information. By creating mental images and visualizing concepts, you can make abstract or complex information more concrete and memorable. To utilize visualization techniques effectively. As you read or listen to information, try to create mental images that represent the concepts or ideas being presented. Visualize how these concepts relate to each other and how they can be applied in real-life situations. Use diagrams, charts, or mind maps to visually represent information and create connections between different concepts. Engage your imagination and try to make the information as vivid and detailed as possible. Imagine colors, textures, and spatial relationships to enhance your understanding and retention. Practice mental rehearsal by visualizing yourself successfully applying the knowledge or skills you are learning. Imagine yourself confidently explaining the material or performing a task related to it. By incorporating visualization techniques into your learning process, you can improve your focus, comprehension, and long-term retention of information. Incorporating these focus techniques into your learning routine can significantly enhance your ability to concentrate, absorb information, and learn effectively. Experiment with different techniques and find the ones that work best for you. Remember, developing strong focus and concentration skills is a lifelong journey, so be patient and persistent in your practice. 5. Effective reading strategies. 5.1 Active reading techniques. Active reading is a powerful skill that can significantly enhance your learning and comprehension abilities. It involves actively engaging with the text, rather than passively reading through it. By employing various active reading techniques, you can improve your understanding, retention, and critical analysis of the material. In this section, we will explore some effective strategies to help you become a more active reader. Previewing the material. Before diving into the text, it is beneficial to preview the material. This involves quickly scanning the headings, subheadings, and any bold or italicized text. Previewing allows you to get a sense of the overall structure and main ideas of the content. It helps you create a mental framework that will guide your reading and comprehension. Setting a purpose. To make your reading more focused and purposeful, it is essential to set a specific goal or purpose for each reading session. Ask yourself why you are reading the material and what you hope to gain from it. This could be to gather information, understand a concept, or analyze an argument. Having a clear purpose will help you stay engaged and actively seek out the information you need. Asking questions. As you read, actively ask yourself questions about the material. This encourages critical thinking and helps you stay engaged with the content. Questions can range from simple comprehension queries to more complex analytical inquiries. For example, you might ask yourself, what is the main argument of this passage? Or, how does this information relate to what I already know? By constantly questioning the text, you become an active participant in the learning process. Taking notes. Taking notes while reading is an effective way to reinforce your understanding and retention of the material. It helps you summarize key points, identify important details, and make connections between ideas. There are various note-taking methods you can use, such as the Cornell method, outlining, or mind mapping. Choose a method that works best for you and allows you to capture the essential information in a concise and organized manner. Highlighting and underlining. Highlighting and underlining key phrases or sentences can be a useful technique to draw attention to important information. However, it is crucial to use these methods sparingly and purposefully. Highlighting too much can lead to information overload and make it difficult to identify the truly significant points. Limit your highlighting to the most critical concepts, supporting evidence, or quotes that you may want to refer back to later. Annotating the text. Annotating involves actively interacting with the text by adding your own comments, questions, and reflections in the margins or on sticky notes. This technique encourages deeper engagement with the material and helps you develop a personal connection to the content. Annotating allows you to capture your thoughts, make connections, and record any insights or questions that arise while reading. It also serves as a valuable resource when reviewing the material later. Visualizing the content. Creating mental images or visual representations of the information can enhance your understanding and retention. Visualizing helps you form a more concrete and memorable representation of the concepts or ideas being discussed. Try to imagine the information as a picture, diagram, or flowchart in your mind. This technique can be particularly effective when reading descriptive passages or complex processes. Summarizing and paraphrasing. After reading a section or chapter, take a moment to summarize the main points in your own words. This exercise helps consolidate your understanding and ensures that you have grasped the key ideas. Summarizing also allows you to identify any gaps in your knowledge or areas that require further exploration. Additionally, paraphrasing the material helps you internalize the information and make it your own. Engaging in reflective reading. Reflective reading involves pausing periodically to reflect on what you have read and how it relates to your prior knowledge and experiences. Take a moment to consider the implications of the information, any personal connections you can make, and any new insights gained. Reflective reading encourages critical thinking and deepens your understanding of the material. Practicing active review. Once you have finished reading a significant portion of the material or completed a chapter, it is essential to review and consolidate your learning. Engage in active review by revisiting your notes, summaries, and annotations. Test your understanding by answering questions or discussing the material with others. Active review helps reinforce your learning and ensures that the information is stored in your long-term memory. By incorporating these active reading techniques into your study routine, you can transform your reading experience into a more engaging and effective learning process. Remember, the key is to be an active participant in your own learning journey. 5.2 Speed reading. Speed reading is a technique that allows you to read and comprehend text at a faster rate than traditional reading methods. By increasing your reading speed, you can save time, improve your overall reading efficiency, and absorb information more effectively. In this section, we will explore the principles and strategies of speed reading and provide practical tips to help you master this valuable skill. Understanding the basics of speed reading. Speed reading involves training your eyes and brain to process information more efficiently. It focuses on eliminating unnecessary subvocalization, pronouncing words in your mind as you read, and minimizing regression, rereading or backtracking. By reducing these habits, you can increase your reading speed without sacrificing comprehension. 1. Eliminating subvocalization. Subvocalization is a common habit that slows down reading speed. When you silently pronounce each word in your mind, your reading pace is limited by the speed at which you can speak. To overcome this, practice reading without subvocalizing. Train your eyes to move smoothly across the text without mentally pronouncing each word. This can be challenging at first, but with practice, you can gradually reduce subvocalization and increase your reading speed. 2. Minimizing regression. Regression occurs when you repeatedly go back and reread previous sections of text. This habit not only slows down your reading speed but also disrupts the flow of comprehension. To minimize regression, try using a pointer, such as your finger or a pen, to guide your eyes along the lines of text. This helps maintain a steady pace and prevents your eyes from wandering back to previously read words or sentences. Techniques for speed reading. Now that you understand the basic principles of speed reading, let's explore some techniques that can help you improve your reading speed and comprehension. 1. Previewing and skimming. Before diving into a text, take a few moments to preview the material. Read the title, headings, subheadings, and any bold or italicized text. This will give you an overview of the content and help you identify the main ideas and key points. Additionally, skim through the paragraphs, focusing on the first and last sentences of each paragraph. Skimming allows you to quickly grasp the main concepts without getting caught up in every detail. 2. Chunking. Chunking involves grouping words or phrases together to read them as a single unit. Instead of reading word by word, try to read groups of words at a time. This technique helps you process information more efficiently and reduces the need for subvocalization. With practice, you can increase the number of words you read in each chunk, further enhancing your reading speed. 3. Using peripheral vision. Peripheral vision refers to the ability to see objects and information outside the direct line of sight. By utilizing your peripheral vision while reading, you can expand your field of view and take in more words at once. Instead of fixating on each word individually, focus on the center of the line and allow your eyes to capture the words in your peripheral vision. This technique helps you read faster and reduces the tendency to regress or backtrack. 4. Increasing reading speed gradually. Speed reading is a skill that requires practice and gradual improvement. Start by setting a comfortable reading pace and gradually increase your speed over time. Push yourself to read slightly faster than your usual pace, but ensure that you maintain comprehension. As you become more comfortable, continue to challenge yourself by gradually increasing your reading speed. Tips for effective speed reading. To make the most of your speed reading practice, consider implementing the following tips. Create a conducive reading environment. Find a quiet and well-lit space where you can focus without distractions. Use a pointer. Use your finger, a pen, or a pointer tool to guide your eyes along the lines of text, helping you maintain a steady pace. Practice regularly. Consistency is key when it comes to speed reading. Set aside dedicated practice sessions to improve your reading speed and comprehension. Take breaks. Reading for extended periods can lead to fatigue and decreased concentration. Take short breaks every 20 to 30 minutes to rest your eyes and refresh your mind. Read with purpose. Have a clear goal in mind when you start reading. Identify the specific information you are looking for and focus on extracting that information efficiently. Avoid distractions. Minimize distractions such as noise, notifications, and interruptions while practicing speed reading. Create a focused and distraction-free environment. Use technology tools. Explore speed reading apps and software that can help you practice and track your progress. These tools often provide exercises and techniques to improve your reading speed. Remember, speed reading is not about rushing through text without comprehension. It is about training your brain to process information more efficiently and effectively. With practice and dedication, you can significantly increase your reading speed while maintaining a high level of comprehension. 5.3 Annotating and highlighting. Annotating and highlighting are effective strategies that can enhance your reading comprehension and retention of information. These techniques involve actively engaging with the text by marking important points, making notes, and highlighting key concepts. By implementing these strategies, you can improve your understanding of the material and make it easier to review and recall information later on. Why annotate and highlight? Annotating and highlighting serve several purposes when it comes to learning and studying. Here are some reasons why these techniques are beneficial. Active engagement. Annotating and highlighting require you to actively interact with the text, which helps you stay focused and engaged in the material. Instead of passively reading, you are actively processing and analyzing the information. Improved comprehension. By annotating and highlighting, you can identify and mark important ideas, key terms, and supporting evidence. This process helps you better understand the main concepts and their relationships within the text. Enhanced memory retention. When you annotate and highlight, you are creating visual cues and connections within the text. These visual cues can aid in memory retention and make it easier to recall information when reviewing the material later on. Effective review tool. Annotated and highlighted texts serve as valuable study aids. When you revisit the material, your annotations and highlights can quickly guide you to the most important points, saving you time and effort. Annotating techniques. Annotating involves actively engaging with the text by making notes, underlining, circling, and drawing connections. Here are some effective techniques for annotating. Summarize. Write brief summaries or main ideas in the margins or in a separate notebook. Summarizing helps you condense the information and identify the most important points. Ask questions. Pose questions to yourself or the author in the margins. This technique encourages critical thinking and helps you clarify any confusion or gaps in your understanding. Highlight key points. Use a highlighter or colored pens to mark important concepts, definitions, or supporting evidence. Be selective and focus on the most significant information. Underline or circle. Draw attention to important phrases, quotes, or examples by underlining or circling them. This technique helps you identify key elements within the text. Make connections. Use arrows or lines to connect related ideas or concepts. This visual representation can help you see the relationships between different parts of the text. Write comments. Add your own thoughts, reflections, or reactions in the margins. This personalizes your reading experience and allows you to engage with the material on a deeper level. Highlighting techniques. Highlighting is another effective strategy for marking important information within a text. However, it is important to use highlighting judiciously and avoid over-highlighting. Here are some techniques for effective highlighting. Focus on key concepts. Highlight the main ideas, key terms, and supporting evidence. Avoid highlighting entire paragraphs or excessive amounts of text. Use different colors. Assign different colors to different types of information. For example, use one color for main ideas, another for supporting evidence, and a different color for definitions or examples. This color coding can help you quickly identify different types of information when reviewing. Create a legend. Develop a legend or key to explain the meaning of each color. This will help you remember the significance of each highlight when you revisit the text. Use symbols or icons. Instead of or in addition to highlighting, use symbols or icons to mark important points. For example, use an exclamation mark for important concepts, a question mark for areas of confusion, or an asterisk for key examples. Balance highlighting and annotating. While highlighting can be a useful tool, it is important to supplement it with annotations. Use highlighting to mark important points, and then use annotations to provide additional context or explanations. Tips for effective annotation and highlighting. To make the most of your annotation and highlighting efforts, consider the following tips. Be selective. Avoid the temptation to annotate or highlight every sentence or paragraph. Instead, focus on the most important information that supports the main ideas. Stay organized. Develop a system for your annotations and highlights. Use consistent symbols, colors, or techniques to maintain clarity and make it easier to review the material later on. Review and revise. Periodically review your annotations and highlights to reinforce your understanding and refresh your memory. Revise or add to your annotations as needed. Practice active reading. Annotation and highlighting are most effective when combined with active reading strategies. Preview the text, ask questions, and make predictions before diving into the material. Experiment with different techniques. Explore different annotation and highlighting techniques to find what works best for you. Everyone has different learning preferences, so experiment with different approaches to discover what enhances your comprehension and retention. Remember, the goal of annotating and highlighting is to actively engage with the text and make the information more meaningful and memorable. By implementing these strategies, you can improve your reading comprehension, retention, and overall learning experience. 5.4 Critical Reading and Analysis. Critical reading and analysis are essential skills for effective learning. When you engage in critical reading, you go beyond simply understanding the text, you actively evaluate and analyze the information presented. This process allows you to develop a deeper understanding of the material and make connections to other concepts or ideas. The importance of critical reading. Critical reading involves questioning, analyzing, and evaluating the content of a text. It helps you develop a more comprehensive understanding of the material and enables you to think critically about the author's arguments, evidence, and underlying assumptions. By engaging in critical reading, you can enhance comprehension. Critical reading helps you extract the main ideas, identify supporting evidence, and understand the author's perspective. It allows you to delve deeper into the text and grasp complex concepts. Develop analytical skills. By critically analyzing the text, you can identify strengths and weaknesses in the author's arguments, evaluate the credibility of sources, and recognize logical fallacies or biases. Foster independent thinking. Critical reading encourages you to question the information presented and form your own opinions. It empowers you to think critically and make informed judgments based on evidence and reasoning. Improve academic performance. Developing strong critical reading skills can significantly enhance your academic performance. It enables you to engage with course materials more effectively, participate in class discussions, and produce well-reasoned written assignments. Strategies for critical reading and analysis. To become a proficient critical reader, you can employ various strategies that will help you engage with the text more deeply and critically. Here are some effective strategies to enhance your critical reading and analysis skills. 1. Preview the text. Before diving into the text, take a few minutes to preview it. Read the title, headings, subheadings, and any introductory or concluding paragraphs. This will give you an overview of the main ideas and structure of the text, helping you anticipate what to expect. 2. Ask questions. As you read, ask yourself questions about the content. What is the main argument or thesis? What evidence does the author provide to support their claims? Are there any counterarguments or alternative perspectives? By actively questioning the text, you engage in a dialogue with the author and develop a deeper understanding of the material. 3. Take notes. While reading, take notes to capture key points, important quotes, and your own thoughts and reactions. This will help you remember and organize the information, making it easier to analyze and refer back to later. Consider using different note-taking techniques, such as summarizing, paraphrasing, or creating concept maps. 4. Identify the author's purpose and perspective. Consider the author's purpose in writing the text. Are they trying to inform, persuade, entertain, or provoke a response? Understanding the author's perspective will help you evaluate their arguments and identify any biases or assumptions they may have. 5. Evaluate the evidence. Assess the quality and relevance of the evidence presented by the author. Are they using credible sources? Did they provide sufficient evidence to support their claims? Look for logical reasoning, empirical data, expert opinions, and examples that strengthen the author's arguments. 6. Analyze the structure and organization. Examine how the text is structured and organized. Look for the main ideas, supporting details, and how they are connected. Consider the use of headings, subheadings, transitions, and rhetorical devices. Understanding the structure will help you follow the author's line of reasoning and identify any gaps or inconsistencies. 7. Consider the context. Take into account the broader context in which the text was written. Consider the historical, cultural, or social factors that may have influenced the author's perspective. Understanding the context will provide you with a more nuanced understanding of the material and help you critically evaluate its relevance and implications. 8. Engage in reflective thinking. After reading the text, take some time to reflect on what you have learned and how it connects to your existing knowledge and experiences. Consider the implications of the information presented and any potential applications or further questions it raises. Reflective thinking allows you to internalize the material and make it meaningful to you. 9. Seek different perspectives. To develop a well-rounded understanding, seek out different perspectives on the topic. Read articles, books, or scholarly papers that present alternative viewpoints. Engaging with diverse perspectives will challenge your own assumptions and help you develop a more critical and nuanced analysis. 10. Practice active reading. Engage actively with the text by highlighting or underlining key points, making annotations, and asking questions in the margins. This will help you stay focused and actively process the information. Additionally, active reading techniques such as summarizing paragraphs or sections in your own words can enhance comprehension and retention. By incorporating these strategies into your reading practice, you can become a more critical reader and develop a deeper understanding of the material. Remember that critical reading is an ongoing process that requires practice and active engagement. As you continue to refine your critical reading skills, you will become a more effective learner and thinker. 6. Mastering note-taking skills. 6.1 Different note-taking methods. Note-taking is an essential skill for effective learning. It helps you capture and organize information, making it easier to review and retain knowledge. However, note-taking is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Different individuals have different learning styles and preferences, and as a result, there are various note-taking methods to suit these diverse needs. In this section, we will explore some of the most popular note-taking methods and discuss their advantages and disadvantages. Cornell method. The Cornell method is a widely used note-taking technique that promotes active learning and critical thinking. It involves dividing your note paper into 3 sections: a narrow left-hand column, a wider right-hand column, and a bottom section. Here's how it works. Main notes. During a lecture or while reading, take your main notes in the right-hand column. Focus on capturing key ideas, concepts, and supporting details. Use abbreviations, symbols, and bullet points to make your notes concise and easy to review later. Cues. After the lecture or reading session, review your main notes and identify the main ideas or questions. Write these cues or prompts in the left-hand column. These cues will serve as triggers to help you recall the information during revision. Summary. At the bottom of the page, write a summary of the main points covered in your notes. This summary should be a concise overview of the key ideas and concepts discussed. The Cornell method encourages active engagement with the material and provides a structured format for reviewing and revising your notes. It also facilitates the identification of key concepts and helps you make connections between different ideas. However, it can be time-consuming to create Cornell-style notes, especially during fast-paced lectures or when reading dense texts. Outline method. The outline method is a hierarchical note-taking technique that organizes information in a structured and logical manner. It is particularly useful for capturing and organizing complex ideas and concepts. Here's how to use the outline method. Main points. Start by writing the main points or headings in a hierarchical order. These main points should represent the key ideas or topics covered in the lecture or reading material. Subpoints. Under each main point, indent and write the supporting subpoints or details. These subpoints should provide additional information or examples related to the main point. Bullet points. Use bullet points or numbering to further break down the subpoints into smaller chunks of information. This helps in organizing and categorizing the details effectively. The outline method allows you to see the hierarchical structure of the information, making it easier to understand the relationships between different ideas. It also provides a clear overview of the content, making it simpler to review and revise. However, the outline method may not be suitable for capturing every detail, especially in fast-paced lectures or when dealing with a large volume of information. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a visual note-taking technique that uses diagrams or maps to represent ideas and their relationships. It is a creative and flexible method that encourages the use of colors, images, and symbols to enhance understanding and memory retention. Here's how to create a mind map. Central idea. Start by writing the central idea or topic in the center of the page. This represents the main concept you want to explore. Branches. From the central idea, draw branches radiating outwards. Each branch represents a subtopic or supporting idea related to the central concept. Keywords and images. On each branch, write keywords or short phrases that capture the key points or details. You can also use images or symbols to represent ideas visually. Connections. Use lines or arrows to connect related ideas or show the relationships between different concepts. This helps in understanding the connections and associations between different pieces of information. Mind mapping stimulates both the left and right hemispheres of the brain, promoting creativity, critical thinking, and holistic understanding. It allows you to see the big picture while also capturing important details. Mind maps are particularly useful for visual learners and those who prefer a more nonlinear and creative approach to note-taking. However, mind maps can be time-consuming to create, especially when dealing with a large volume of information. Charting method. The charting method is a systematic note-taking technique that uses tables or charts to organize information. It is especially useful for comparing and contrasting different ideas, concepts, or datasets. Here's how to use the charting method. Categories. Identify the main categories or topics you want to compare or analyze. These categories should represent the key aspects or dimensions of the information you are studying. Columns and rows. Create a table with columns representing the categories and rows representing the specific items or details within each category. Fill in the table. Fill in the table with relevant information, making sure to place each item in the appropriate cell based on its category and subcategory. The charting method provides a clear and organized structure for comparing and contrasting information. It allows you to see patterns, similarities, and differences between different concepts or datasets. The visual layout of the table makes it easier to review and revise the information. However, the charting method may not be suitable for capturing detailed explanations or complex ideas. Flow-based method. The flow-based method is a note-taking technique that focuses on capturing the flow of ideas and concepts. It is particularly useful for subjects that involve a logical sequence or step-by-step process. Here's how to use the flow-based method. Flow diagram. Start by drawing a flow diagram or flowchart that represents the logical sequence or process you are studying. Each step or concept should be represented by a box or shape connected by arrows. Annotations. Write short annotations or explanations next to each box or shape to provide additional details or explanations. The flow-based method helps in understanding the logical flow of information and the relationships between different steps or concepts. It provides a visual representation of the process, making it easier to follow and remember. However, the flow-based method may not be suitable for capturing detailed explanations or complex ideas that do not follow a linear sequence. These are just a few examples of note-taking methods that you can experiment with. Remember, the key is to find a method that works best for you and complements your learning style and preferences. Feel free to adapt and combine different techniques to create a personalized note-taking approach that enhances your learning experience. 6.2 Organizing and structuring notes. Taking effective notes is a crucial skill for learning and retaining information. When you attend lectures, read textbooks, or engage in any form of learning, it's important to have a system for organizing and structuring your notes. This section will provide you with strategies and techniques to help you optimize your note-taking process. Importance of organizing and structuring notes. Organizing and structuring your notes is essential for several reasons. Firstly, it helps you make sense of the information you are learning. By organizing your notes in a logical and coherent manner, you can easily review and understand the material later on. Additionally, well-structured notes make it easier to identify key concepts, important details, and connections between different topics. Furthermore, organizing your notes allows you to create a comprehensive study resource. When exams or assignments come around, having well-organized notes can save you time and effort. Instead of searching through pages of disorganized information, you can quickly locate the specific topics you need to review. Strategies for organizing and structuring notes. Use headings and subheadings. Divide your notes into sections using clear headings and subheadings. This helps you categorize information and makes it easier to locate specific topics when reviewing your notes. Create an outline. Before you start taking notes, create a basic outline of the main topics and subtopics you expect to cover. This provides a structure for your notes and helps you stay focused during lectures or reading sessions. Use bullet points and numbering. When jotting down information, use bullet points or numbering to create a hierarchy of ideas. This makes it easier to distinguish between main points and supporting details. Highlight key information. Use highlighting or underlining to draw attention to important concepts, definitions, or examples. This makes it easier to review and revise your notes later on. Leave space for additional information. As you take notes, leave some space between each point or section. This allows you to add extra information or make connections between different ideas when you review your notes. Use abbreviations and symbols. Develop a system of abbreviations and symbols to help you write quickly and efficiently. This can save you time during lectures or when reading dense material. Include visual aids. If applicable, incorporate diagrams, charts, or graphs into your notes. Visual aids can help you understand complex concepts and make connections between different ideas. Review and revise your notes regularly. Set aside time to review and revise your notes on a regular basis. This helps reinforce your understanding of the material and ensures that you retain the information in the long term. Different note-taking methods. There are various note-taking methods you can choose from, depending on your learning style and preferences. Here are a few popular methods. Cornell method. The Cornell method involves dividing your paper into 3 sections, a narrow left-hand column for cues or questions, a wider right-hand column for notes, and a bottom section for summarizing the main points. This method encourages active engagement with the material and provides a clear structure for reviewing your notes. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is a visual note-taking technique that involves creating a diagram to represent the relationships between different ideas. Start with a central concept and branch out into subtopics and supporting details. Mind maps are particularly useful for visual learners and can help you see the big picture of a topic. Outline method. The outline method involves creating a hierarchical structure of main topics, subtopics, and supporting details. This method is straightforward and easy to follow, making it a popular choice for many students. Charting method. The charting method is useful for organizing information that can be categorized into columns or rows. Create a table with headings and fill in the relevant information under each category. This method is particularly effective for comparing and contrasting different concepts or theories. Remember, the key to effective note-taking is finding a method that works best for you. Experiment with different techniques and adapt them to suit your learning style and the specific subject matter you are studying. Effective listening for note-taking. Taking organized and structured notes starts with effective listening. Here are some strategies to help you improve your listening skills. Be present and focused. Eliminate distractions and actively engage in the learning process. Pay attention to the speaker or the text you are reading, and try to absorb the information without getting distracted by unrelated thoughts. Listen for main ideas. Identify the main points or central themes being discussed. These are the key concepts that you should prioritize in your notes. Look for supporting details. Listen for supporting examples, evidence, or explanations that provide context and depth to the main ideas. These details can help you understand the material more comprehensively. Take note of verbal cues. Pay attention to verbal cues such as emphasis, repetition, or tone of voice. These cues can indicate important information that you should highlight or note down. Ask questions. If something is unclear or you need further clarification, don't hesitate to ask questions. This not only helps you understand the material better but also shows your engagement and active participation. Paraphrase and summarize. As you listen, try to paraphrase or summarize the information in your own words. This helps reinforce your understanding and ensures that you are actively processing the information. Remember, effective note-taking is a skill that improves with practice. Experiment with different strategies and techniques to find what works best for you. By organizing and structuring your notes, you will enhance your learning experience and make the most of the information you encounter. 6.3 Effective listening for note-taking. Listening is a crucial skill for effective note-taking. When you are able to listen actively and attentively, you can capture important information and key concepts that will enhance your understanding and retention of the material. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to improve your listening skills for note-taking. The importance of active listening. Active listening involves fully engaging with the speaker and focusing on the content being presented. It requires concentration, attention, and a willingness to understand the message being conveyed. By actively listening, you can capture the main ideas, supporting details, and any additional information that may be relevant to your note-taking. Active listening is essential for effective note-taking because it allows you to capture key points. By actively listening, you can identify the main ideas and key points being discussed. This helps you prioritize the information and ensures that you include the most important details in your notes. Understand context. Active listening enables you to grasp the context in which the information is being presented. This context can provide valuable insights and help you make connections between different concepts or ideas. Identify cues. Active listening allows you to pick up on verbal and nonverbal cues from the speaker. These cues can provide additional information or indicate important points that should be noted. Ask questions. When you actively listen, you are more likely to have questions or seek clarification on certain topics. This engagement promotes a deeper understanding of the material and encourages active participation in the learning process. Strategies for effective listening. To improve your listening skills for note-taking, consider implementing the following strategies. 1. Prepare yourself mentally. Before attending a lecture or engaging in a discussion, take a few moments to mentally prepare yourself. Clear your mind of any distractions and focus on the task at hand. Remind yourself of the importance of active listening and the benefits it brings to your note-taking process. 2. Eliminate distractions. Minimize distractions that may hinder your ability to listen effectively. Find a quiet and comfortable environment where you can concentrate without interruptions. Turn off or silence any electronic devices that may divert your attention away from the speaker. 3. Maintain eye contact. Maintaining eye contact with the speaker helps you stay engaged and focused. It shows the speaker that you are actively listening and encourages them to continue conveying their message. Additionally, observing the speaker's facial expressions and body language can provide valuable cues and enhance your understanding of the material. 4. Use active listening techniques. Employ active listening techniques to enhance your comprehension and retention of the information. These techniques include paraphrasing. Restating the speaker's ideas in your own words helps solidify your understanding and ensures accurate note-taking. Summarizing. Summarize the main points periodically to reinforce your understanding and capture the key ideas. Asking questions. If something is unclear or you need further clarification, don't hesitate to ask questions. This demonstrates your engagement and helps fill any gaps in your understanding. 5. Focus on key concepts and keywords. Listen for key concepts and keywords that are repeated or emphasized by the speaker. These are often indicators of important information that should be included in your notes. Pay attention to any examples or explanations provided to further enhance your understanding of these key concepts. 6. Take efficient notes. While actively listening, simultaneously take concise and organized notes. Use abbreviations, symbols, and bullet points to capture the main ideas and supporting details. Avoid writing down every word verbatim, as this can hinder your ability to actively listen and comprehend the material. 7. Review and revise your notes. After the lecture or discussion, take the time to review and revise your notes. This helps reinforce your understanding of the material and allows you to fill in any gaps or clarify any unclear points. Consider adding additional information or examples that may enhance your comprehension. 8. Practice active listening regularly. Improving your listening skills requires practice. Engage in activities that promote active listening, such as attending lectures, participating in discussions, or listening to educational podcasts. The more you practice, the more natural and effective your listening skills will become. Conclusion. Effective listening is a fundamental skill for successful note-taking. By actively engaging with the speaker, eliminating distractions, and employing active listening techniques, you can enhance your comprehension and retention of the material. Remember to focus on key concepts, take efficient notes, and regularly review and revise your notes to solidify your understanding. With practice, your listening skills will improve, leading to more effective note-taking and ultimately, better learning outcomes. 6.4 Using technology for note-taking. In today's digital age, technology has become an integral part of our lives, including the way we learn and take notes. With the advancements in technology, traditional pen and paper note-taking methods are being replaced by digital alternatives. Using technology for note-taking offers numerous benefits, such as increased organization, accessibility, and efficiency. In this section, we will explore various tools and techniques that can enhance your note-taking experience and help you become a more effective learner. Benefits of using technology for note-taking. Before delving into the specific tools and techniques, let's first understand the advantages of using technology for note-taking. Organization. Digital note-taking tools allow you to create and organize your notes in a structured manner. You can easily categorize and tag your notes, making it effortless to locate specific information when you need it. This level of organization can save you valuable time and prevent the frustration of searching through stacks of paper. Accessibility. With digital note-taking, your notes are accessible from multiple devices, such as laptops, tablets, and smartphones. This means you can access your notes anytime, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. Whether you're studying at home, in the library, or on the go, your notes are always at your fingertips. Searchability. One of the most significant advantages of digital note-taking is the ability to search for specific keywords or phrases within your notes. This feature eliminates the need to manually skim through pages of handwritten notes to find relevant information. A simple search can quickly retrieve the exact content you're looking for, saving you time and effort. Collaboration. Technology enables seamless collaboration among peers. With digital note-taking tools, you can easily share your notes with classmates or study groups, allowing for collaborative learning and the exchange of ideas. This collaborative approach can enhance your understanding of the subject matter and provide different perspectives. Multimedia integration. Digital note-taking tools often support the integration of multimedia elements, such as images, audio recordings, and videos. This feature allows you to enhance your notes by including visual or auditory aids that can reinforce your understanding of the material. For example, you can insert diagrams, charts, or even recorded lectures into your notes, making them more comprehensive and engaging. Popular digital note-taking tools. Now that we understand the benefits of using technology for note-taking, let's explore some popular digital note-taking tools that can revolutionize your learning experience. Evernote. Evernote is a versatile note-taking app that allows you to create, organize, and sync your notes across multiple devices. It offers features like tagging, searching, and the ability to attach files or multimedia elements to your notes. Evernote also supports handwriting recognition, making it easy to convert your handwritten notes into digital text. Microsoft OneNote. OneNote is a powerful note-taking tool that integrates seamlessly with other Microsoft Office applications. It offers a user-friendly interface and allows you to create notebooks, sections, and pages to organize your notes. OneNote also supports multimedia integration, making it an excellent choice for visual learners. Google Keep. Google Keep is a simple yet effective note-taking app that syncs with your Google account. It offers a clean and intuitive interface, allowing you to create color-coded notes, checklists, and reminders. Google Keep also supports collaboration, making it easy to share and collaborate on notes with others. Notion. Notion is a comprehensive productivity tool that goes beyond note-taking. It allows you to create databases, wikis, and project management boards, making it suitable for organizing and structuring complex information. Notion offers a wide range of templates and customization options, enabling you to tailor your note-taking experience to your specific needs. Apple Notes. If you're an Apple user, the built-in Notes app on iOS and macOS devices can be a convenient option for digital note-taking. It offers a simple and intuitive interface, supports multimedia integration, and syncs seamlessly across all your Apple devices. Techniques for effective digital note-taking. Now that you're familiar with some popular digital note-taking tools, let's explore techniques that can help you make the most of these tools. Create a note-taking system. Establish a consistent system for organizing your digital notes. This could include creating folders or notebooks for different subjects or topics, using tags or labels to categorize your notes, and adopting a naming convention that allows for easy retrieval. Use templates. Many note-taking tools offer pre-designed templates for various purposes, such as lecture notes, meeting minutes, or project planning. Utilize these templates to save time and ensure a consistent structure for your notes. Combine text with visuals. Take advantage of the multimedia integration features of digital note-taking tools. Incorporate visual aids like diagrams, charts, or images to enhance your understanding and retention of the material. Annotate and highlight. Just like with traditional note-taking, annotate and highlight important points or key concepts in your digital notes. This technique can help you focus on essential information and make reviewing your notes more efficient. Sync and backup. Regularly sync your digital notes across devices and ensure you have a backup system in place. This precautionary measure will protect your notes from accidental loss or device failure. Utilize voice recording. If your note-taking tool supports audio recording, consider using it during lectures or discussions. Recording the audio alongside your written notes can provide a comprehensive review resource and help capture any missed information. Review and revise. Set aside dedicated time to review and revise your digital notes regularly. This practice will reinforce your learning and help you identify any gaps in your understanding. Remember, while technology can enhance your note-taking experience, it's essential to strike a balance and not become overly reliant on it. Experiment with different tools and techniques to find what works best for you and aligns with your learning style. Ultimately, the goal is to leverage technology to optimize your note-taking process and improve your overall learning outcomes. 7. Developing critical thinking. 7.1 Understanding critical thinking. Critical thinking is a fundamental skill that plays a crucial role in learning and problem solving. It involves the ability to analyze, evaluate, and interpret information in a logical and systematic manner. By developing critical thinking skills, you can enhance your learning experience and become a more effective learner. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is the process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information to reach well-reasoned conclusions and make informed decisions. It goes beyond simply accepting information at face value and involves questioning assumptions, considering alternative perspectives, and examining evidence. The importance of critical thinking in learning. Critical thinking is essential for effective learning because it enables you to evaluate information. Critical thinking allows you to assess the credibility, relevance, and accuracy of information. By critically analyzing the information you encounter, you can determine its reliability and make informed judgments about its validity. Develop analytical skills. Critical thinking enhances your ability to break down complex problems into smaller, more manageable parts. It helps you identify patterns, connections, and relationships between different pieces of information, enabling you to understand the underlying concepts and principles. Enhance problem-solving abilities. Critical thinking equips you with the skills to identify and define problems, generate potential solutions, and evaluate their effectiveness. It encourages you to think creatively and consider multiple perspectives, leading to more innovative and effective problem solving. Promote effective communication. Critical thinking involves clear and logical reasoning, which enhances your ability to express your thoughts and ideas effectively. It enables you to articulate your arguments, support them with evidence, and engage in meaningful discussions with others. Foster independent thinking. Critical thinking encourages independent thinking and autonomy. It empowers you to question assumptions, challenge conventional wisdom, and develop your own informed opinions. This ability to think independently is crucial for personal growth and lifelong learning. Developing critical thinking skills. While some individuals may naturally possess strong critical thinking skills, it is a skill that can be developed and improved with practice. Here are some strategies to help you enhance your critical thinking abilities. Ask questions. Develop a habit of asking questions to gain a deeper understanding of the information you encounter. Challenge assumptions, seek evidence, and explore alternative viewpoints. By asking thoughtful and probing questions, you can uncover hidden assumptions and biases. Seek diverse perspectives. Expose yourself to a variety of viewpoints and perspectives. Engage in discussions with individuals who hold different opinions and beliefs. This exposure to diverse perspectives helps you develop empathy, broaden your understanding, and challenge your own biases. Evaluate evidence. When evaluating information, critically assess the evidence supporting the claims. Consider the source of the information, the credibility of the author, and the quality of the evidence provided. Look for logical fallacies, inconsistencies, and biases that may undermine the validity of the information. Practice reflective thinking. Take time to reflect on your own thinking processes. Analyze your thoughts, assumptions, and biases. Consider how your own experiences and beliefs may influence your interpretation of information. Reflective thinking helps you become aware of your own cognitive biases and promotes self-improvement. Develop logical reasoning. Enhance your logical reasoning skills by studying formal logic and logical fallacies. Learn to identify common logical fallacies such as ad hominem attacks, straw-man arguments, and false dichotomies. Understanding logical reasoning helps you construct sound arguments and identify flawed reasoning in others. Engage in problem-solving activities. Solve puzzles, riddles, and brain teasers to exercise your problem-solving skills. These activities challenge your ability to think critically, analyze information, and find creative solutions. Engaging in problem-solving activities outside of your academic or professional pursuits can help you develop a broader range of critical thinking skills. Practice active listening. Actively listen to others during conversations or lectures. Pay attention to the main points, arguments, and evidence presented. Avoid interrupting and make an effort to understand the speaker's perspective before formulating your own response. Active listening enhances your ability to analyze and evaluate information effectively. Engage in debates and discussions. Participate in debates and discussions to practice presenting and defending your ideas. Engaging in structured debates helps you develop your ability to construct logical arguments, support them with evidence, and respond to counter-arguments. It also exposes you to different perspectives and challenges your own beliefs. By incorporating these strategies into your learning process, you can develop and strengthen your critical thinking skills. Remember that critical thinking is an ongoing process that requires continuous practice and refinement. As you become a more critical thinker, you will find that your learning becomes more meaningful, insightful, and effective. 7.2 Analyzing and evaluating information. Analyzing and evaluating information is a crucial skill for effective learning. In today's information-rich world, it is essential to be able to critically assess the validity, reliability, and relevance of the information we encounter. This section will provide you with strategies and techniques to enhance your ability to analyze and evaluate information effectively. Understanding the importance of information analysis and evaluation. Before delving into the techniques, it is important to understand why analyzing and evaluating information is crucial for learning. When we encounter new information, whether it is from textbooks, articles, or online sources, we need to assess its credibility and relevance to our learning goals. By critically evaluating information, we can determine its accuracy, bias, and potential limitations. This process allows us to make informed decisions about what information to incorporate into our learning and what to discard. Developing critical thinking skills. Critical thinking is the foundation of effective information analysis and evaluation. It involves actively and objectively assessing information, considering different perspectives, and making reasoned judgments. Here are some strategies to develop your critical thinking skills. Ask questions. When encountering new information, ask yourself questions such as, what is the source of this information? Is it reliable? What evidence supports the claims being made? Are there any biases present? By asking these questions, you can begin to critically evaluate the information. Consider multiple perspectives. Avoid accepting information at face value. Instead, consider different viewpoints and arguments related to the topic. This helps you develop a more comprehensive understanding and enables you to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of different arguments. Evaluate evidence. Look for evidence that supports or contradicts the information you encounter. Assess the quality and reliability of the evidence. Is it based on sound research and data? Are there any logical fallacies or biases present? By evaluating the evidence, you can determine the credibility of the information. Identify assumptions. Every piece of information is based on certain assumptions. Try to identify the underlying assumptions and evaluate their validity. Are they supported by evidence or are they based on personal beliefs or opinions? Practice logical reasoning. Develop your ability to think logically and make connections between different pieces of information. This involves identifying cause and effect relationships, recognizing patterns, and drawing logical conclusions based on the available evidence. Evaluating the credibility of sources. One of the key aspects of analyzing and evaluating information is assessing the credibility of the sources. Not all sources are created equal, and it is important to differentiate between reliable and unreliable sources. Here are some strategies to evaluate the credibility of sources. Consider the author's expertise. Assess the qualifications and expertise of the author or organization responsible for the information. Are they recognized authorities in the field? Do they have relevant credentials or experience? Check for bias. Determine if the source has any biases that may influence the information presented. Bias can manifest in various forms, such as political, commercial, or ideological biases. Look for balanced and objective information that presents multiple perspectives. Evaluate the publication or website. Assess the reputation and credibility of the publication or website where the information is found. Is it a reputable academic journal, a well-known news outlet, or a reliable educational website? Be cautious of sources that lack transparency or have a history of promoting misinformation. Verify information with multiple sources. Cross-reference the information with multiple sources to ensure its accuracy and reliability. If multiple reputable sources corroborate the information, it is more likely to be trustworthy. Check for citations and references. Look for proper citations and references within the information. This indicates that the author has relied on credible sources and allows you to verify the information independently. Assessing relevance and applicability. In addition to evaluating the credibility of information sources, it is important to assess their relevance and applicability to your learning goals. Here are some strategies to help you determine the relevance of information. Define your learning goals. Clearly define your learning goals and objectives before seeking out information. This will help you filter out irrelevant information and focus on what is most important. Scan for key information. When encountering new information, quickly scan through it to identify key points and determine if it aligns with your learning goals. Pay attention to headings, subheadings, and summaries to get an overview of the content. Consider the context. Evaluate the context in which the information is presented. Is it up-to-date and relevant to the current state of knowledge in the field? Consider the cultural, social, and historical context to determine its applicability. Assess the depth and complexity. Determine the depth and complexity of the information. Does it provide a superficial overview or a detailed analysis? Choose information that matches your desired level of understanding and depth of knowledge. Consider practicality. Assess the practicality and applicability of the information to your specific learning goals. Will it help you solve problems, make decisions, or apply concepts in real-world situations? By applying these strategies, you can enhance your ability to analyze and evaluate information effectively. Remember that critical thinking is a skill that requires practice and continuous improvement. As you become more proficient in analyzing and evaluating information, you will be better equipped to make informed decisions, deepen your understanding, and master the art of learning. 7.3. Problem-solving techniques. Problem-solving is an essential skill that is applicable in various aspects of life, including academics, work, and personal situations. Being able to effectively solve problems not only helps you overcome challenges but also enhances your critical thinking abilities. In this section, we will explore different problem-solving techniques that can help you approach and solve problems more efficiently. 1. Define the problem. The first step in problem solving is to clearly define the problem. Take the time to understand the issue at hand and identify the specific challenge you need to address. This involves breaking down the problem into smaller components and analyzing the factors contributing to it. By defining the problem accurately, you can focus your efforts on finding the most appropriate solution. 2. Gather information. Once you have defined the problem, gather as much relevant information as possible. This may involve conducting research, consulting experts, or seeking input from others who have faced similar challenges. The more information you have, the better equipped you will be to analyze the problem and generate potential solutions. 3. Generate alternative solutions. Next, brainstorm and generate a range of alternative solutions to the problem. Encourage creativity and think outside the box. Avoid dismissing any ideas at this stage, as even seemingly unconventional solutions may lead to innovative approaches. Consider the pros and cons of each solution and evaluate their feasibility and potential effectiveness. 4. Evaluate and select the best solution. After generating alternative solutions, evaluate each one based on its merits. Consider the potential outcomes, risks, and benefits associated with each solution. Assess how well each solution aligns with your goals and values. Select the solution that appears to be the most effective and feasible given the available resources and constraints. 5. Implement the solution. Once you have selected the best solution, it is time to put it into action. Develop a plan and outline the steps required to implement the solution effectively. Consider any potential obstacles or challenges that may arise during the implementation process and develop strategies to overcome them. Be proactive and flexible in adapting your approach as needed. 6. Monitor and evaluate. As you implement the solution, continuously monitor and evaluate its progress. Assess whether the solution is achieving the desired outcomes and making a positive impact. If necessary, make adjustments or modifications to improve its effectiveness. Regularly review and reflect on the process to identify any lessons learned that can be applied to future problem-solving situations. 7. Learn from failure. Not all problem-solving attempts will be successful, and that's okay. Failure can provide valuable insights and opportunities for growth. Instead of becoming discouraged, view failure as a learning experience. Analyze what went wrong, identify the factors that contributed to the failure, and use this knowledge to refine your problem-solving skills. Embrace a growth mindset and see setbacks as stepping stones towards improvement. 8. Seek collaboration. Problem-solving doesn't always have to be a solitary endeavor. In many cases, collaborating with others can lead to more effective solutions. Seek input and perspectives from colleagues, mentors, or peers who may offer fresh insights or alternative approaches. Engaging in collaborative problem-solving can also enhance your communication and teamwork skills. 9. Practice critical thinking. Problem-solving is closely linked to critical thinking. To become a better problem solver, it is essential to develop and practice critical thinking skills. This involves analyzing information objectively, questioning assumptions, considering multiple perspectives, and evaluating evidence. Engage in activities that promote critical thinking, such as puzzles, debates, or analyzing complex issues. 10. Embrace creativity. Creativity plays a significant role in problem solving. Don't be afraid to think creatively and explore unconventional solutions. Embracing creativity allows you to approach problems from different angles and discover innovative solutions. Engage in activities that stimulate your creativity, such as brainstorming sessions, artistic endeavors, or exploring new hobbies. 11. Practice patience and persistence. Problem solving can be a challenging and time-consuming process. It requires patience and persistence to navigate through obstacles and find effective solutions. Avoid rushing through the problem-solving process and give yourself time to explore different options. Be persistent in your efforts and don't give up easily. Remember that perseverance often leads to breakthroughs. By applying these problem-solving techniques, you can enhance your ability to tackle challenges effectively and develop critical thinking skills. Remember that problem-solving is a skill that can be honed with practice. The more you engage in problem-solving activities, the more proficient you will become at finding innovative solutions. Embrace the opportunity to develop your problem-solving skills and approach challenges with confidence. 7.4 Developing logical reasoning skills. Logical reasoning is a crucial skill that allows individuals to analyze and evaluate information in a logical and systematic manner. It involves the ability to think critically, make sound judgments, and solve problems effectively. Developing logical reasoning skills can greatly enhance your learning abilities and help you excel in various academic and professional pursuits. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to develop and strengthen your logical reasoning skills. Understanding logical reasoning. Logical reasoning involves the process of using rational thinking and evidence to draw conclusions or make decisions. It requires the ability to identify patterns, analyze arguments, and evaluate the validity of information. By developing logical reasoning skills, you can enhance your ability to think critically, solve complex problems, and make informed decisions. Practice critical thinking. Critical thinking is closely linked to logical reasoning. It involves the ability to objectively analyze and evaluate information, arguments, and evidence. By practicing critical thinking, you can improve your logical reasoning skills. Here are some strategies to enhance your critical thinking abilities. Question assumptions. Challenge assumptions and biases that may influence your thinking. Ask yourself why you believe something to be true and consider alternative perspectives. Seek evidence. Look for evidence to support or refute claims. Evaluate the reliability and credibility of sources to ensure you are basing your reasoning on accurate information. Analyze arguments. Break down arguments into their components and evaluate the strength of each point. Identify any logical fallacies or weaknesses in the reasoning. Consider multiple perspectives. Avoid a narrow-minded approach by considering different viewpoints. This helps you develop a more comprehensive understanding of complex issues. Practice problem solving. Engage in activities that require you to solve problems using logical reasoning. This could involve puzzles, riddles, or real-life scenarios. Enhance analytical skills. Analytical skills are essential for logical reasoning. They involve the ability to break down complex information into smaller parts, identify patterns, and draw meaningful conclusions. Here are some strategies to enhance your analytical skills. Break down complex problems. When faced with a complex problem, break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. This allows you to analyze each component individually and then integrate the information to form a comprehensive solution. Identify patterns. Look for recurring patterns or trends in data or information. This can help you make connections and draw conclusions based on similarities or differences. Use logical frameworks. Utilize logical frameworks, such as cause and effect diagrams or decision trees, to organize and analyze information. These frameworks provide a structured approach to problem solving. Practice data analysis. Engage in activities that involve analyzing data, such as interpreting graphs, charts, or statistical information. This helps you develop the ability to extract meaningful insights from complex data sets. Develop deductive and inductive reasoning. Deductive and inductive reasoning are two fundamental types of logical reasoning. Deductive reasoning involves drawing specific conclusions from general principles or premises. Inductive reasoning, on the other hand, involves drawing general conclusions based on specific observations or evidence. Developing both deductive and inductive reasoning skills can greatly enhance your logical reasoning abilities. Here are some strategies to develop these skills. Deductive reasoning. Practice solving deductive reasoning puzzles or exercises. These often involve applying logical rules or principles to reach a specific conclusion. Inductive reasoning. Engage in activities that require you to make generalizations based on specific observations or evidence. This could involve analyzing patterns, trends, or experimental data. Combine deductive and inductive reasoning. Practice integrating both deductive and inductive reasoning in problem-solving scenarios. This allows you to approach problems from multiple angles and develop a more comprehensive understanding. Engage in logical reasoning exercises. Regular practice is essential for developing and strengthening logical reasoning skills. Engaging in logical reasoning exercises can help you apply the strategies and techniques discussed above. Here are some exercises to consider. Logic puzzles. Solve logic puzzles, such as Sudoku or crossword puzzles, that require you to apply logical reasoning to find the correct solution. Argument analysis. Analyze and evaluate arguments from various sources, such as news articles or academic papers. Identify the premises, conclusions, and any logical fallacies present. Case studies. Read and analyze case studies that present complex problems or scenarios. Apply logical reasoning to identify possible solutions or outcomes. Brain teasers. Solve brain teasers or riddles that require logical reasoning to find the correct answer. This helps you develop your problem-solving abilities. Conclusion. Developing logical reasoning skills is essential for effective learning and problem-solving. By practicing critical thinking, enhancing analytical skills, and engaging in logical reasoning exercises, you can strengthen your ability to think logically, make sound judgments, and solve complex problems. Remember to approach learning with an open mind, question assumptions, and seek evidence to support your reasoning. With consistent practice and application, you can master the art of logical reasoning and become a more effective learner. 8. Effective test preparation. 8.1 Understanding different types of tests. Tests are a common form of assessment used in educational settings to evaluate a student's understanding and knowledge of a particular subject. Understanding the different types of tests can help you prepare effectively and perform well. In this section, we will explore the various types of tests you may encounter and provide strategies for success. Types of tests. Multiple choice tests. Multiple choice tests consist of a question or statement followed by several possible answers. You must select the correct answer from the options provided. These tests assess your ability to recall information and make informed choices. To excel in multiple choice tests, it is essential to read the question carefully, eliminate incorrect options, and use strategies such as educated guessing when necessary. True-false tests. True-false tests require you to determine whether a statement is true or false. These tests assess your understanding of specific concepts and your ability to differentiate between accurate and inaccurate information. To perform well in true-false tests, carefully analyze each statement, consider the context, and avoid making assumptions. Short answer tests. Short answer tests require you to provide brief, concise responses to questions. These tests assess your understanding of key concepts and your ability to communicate your knowledge effectively. To succeed in short answer tests, review the material thoroughly, practice summarizing information, and use clear and concise language in your responses. Essay tests. Essay tests require you to write a detailed response to a question or prompt. These tests assess your understanding of complex concepts, your ability to analyze information, and your written communication skills. To excel in essay tests, develop a clear and organized structure for your response, support your arguments with evidence, and proofread your work for clarity and coherence. Open book tests. Open book tests allow you to refer to your textbooks, notes, or other resources during the examination. These tests assess your ability to locate and apply information effectively. To perform well in open book tests, familiarize yourself with the material beforehand, practice finding information quickly, and develop a system for organizing your resources. Practical tests. Practical tests are commonly used in subjects such as science, engineering, and performing arts. These tests assess your ability to apply theoretical knowledge in a practical setting. To succeed in practical tests, practice hands-on skills, review relevant procedures and techniques, and seek feedback from instructors or mentors. Oral tests. Oral tests involve verbal communication between the student and the examiner. These tests assess your ability to articulate your thoughts, respond to questions, and engage in a discussion. To perform well in oral tests, practice speaking clearly and confidently, prepare key points in advance, and actively listen to the examiner's questions or prompts. Group tests. Group tests involve collaborative problem-solving or discussion among a group of students. These tests assess your ability to work effectively in a team, communicate ideas, and contribute to group decision-making. To excel in group tests, actively participate in discussions, respect diverse perspectives, and contribute your unique insights and knowledge. Strategies for test preparation. Regardless of the type of test you will be taking, effective preparation is crucial for success. Here are some strategies to help you prepare for tests. Review the material. Start by reviewing the relevant material thoroughly. Read textbooks, lecture notes, and supplementary resources to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the subject matter. Create a study schedule. Develop a study schedule that allows you to allocate sufficient time for each topic or subject. Break down your study sessions into manageable chunks and set specific goals for each session. Practice with past tests. If available, practice with past tests or sample questions to familiarize yourself with the format and types of questions you may encounter. This will help you identify areas of weakness and improve your test-taking skills. Use active learning techniques. Engage in active learning techniques such as summarizing information, creating flashcards, or teaching the material to someone else. These techniques enhance understanding and retention of the material. Seek clarification. If you have any doubts or questions about the material, seek clarification from your instructor, classmates, or online resources. Understanding the concepts fully will help you perform better on the test. Take breaks. Avoid cramming and allow yourself regular breaks during study sessions. Taking breaks helps prevent mental fatigue and allows for better information processing and retention. Practice time management. Practice time management techniques to ensure you allocate sufficient time for each question or section during the test. This will help you avoid rushing and ensure that you have enough time to complete all the questions. Stay calm and confident. On the day of the test, try to stay calm and confident. Practice relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or visualization to manage test anxiety. Remember that you have prepared well and trust in your abilities. By understanding the different types of tests and implementing effective test preparation strategies, you can enhance your performance and achieve better results. Remember to tailor your approach to each specific test and subject, and continuously evaluate and adjust your study methods for optimal learning and success. 8.2 Creating a study schedule for tests. Creating a study schedule for tests is an essential step in effective test preparation. A well-structured study schedule helps you manage your time efficiently, ensures that you cover all the necessary material, and reduces stress and anxiety associated with exams. In this section, we will explore the key steps to creating a study schedule that maximizes your learning potential and helps you achieve better results on your tests. Step 1. Assess your test requirements. Before you start creating your study schedule, it is crucial to understand the requirements of the test you are preparing for. Take some time to review the syllabus or exam guidelines provided by your instructor. Identify the topics and concepts that will be covered in the test and determine the weightage of each section. This information will help you prioritize your study time and allocate more time to areas that carry more marks or require more attention. Step 2. Determine your available study time. Next, assess your available study time. Consider your daily commitments, such as classes, work, and other responsibilities. Take into account any upcoming deadlines or events that may affect your study schedule. Be realistic about the amount of time you can dedicate to studying each day. Remember, it is better to have shorter, focused study sessions than long, unproductive ones. Step 3. Break down the material. Once you have a clear understanding of the test requirements and your available study time, break down the material into manageable chunks. Divide the topics and concepts into smaller sections that you can cover in one study session. This approach will help you stay organized and prevent overwhelm. It is also beneficial for long-term retention as it allows for spaced repetition, which enhances memory recall. Step 4. Prioritize and allocate study time. Based on the weightage and difficulty level of each section, prioritize your study time accordingly. Allocate more time to sections that are challenging or carry more marks. Consider your strengths and weaknesses when determining the distribution of study time. It is essential to give yourself enough time to review and revise the material closer to the test date. Step 5. Create a study schedule. Now that you have assessed your test requirements, determined your available study time, and prioritized the material, it's time to create your study schedule. Start by selecting specific time slots for studying each day. Aim for consistency by studying at the same time each day to establish a routine. This will help condition your mind to be in a focused and receptive state during those designated study hours. Divide your study time into smaller sessions, typically ranging from 25 to 50 minutes, with short breaks in between. This technique, known as the Pomodoro technique, helps maintain focus and prevents mental fatigue. During each study session, focus on one section or topic. Avoid multitasking and distractions to make the most of your study time. Step 6. Incorporate review sessions. In addition to studying new material, it is crucial to allocate time for regular review sessions. Reviewing previously covered material helps reinforce your understanding and improves long-term retention. Plan review sessions at regular intervals, such as once a week or every few days, depending on the volume of material you need to cover. Use techniques like flashcards or summarizing key points to make the review process more interactive and engaging. Step 7. Be flexible and adapt. While it is essential to have a structured study schedule, it is equally important to be flexible and adaptable. Life can sometimes throw unexpected challenges or opportunities your way, and it's crucial to adjust your study schedule accordingly. If you miss a study session or need to reschedule, don't get discouraged. Instead, find alternative time slots or adjust your study plan to accommodate the change. Remember, the goal is to maintain consistency and cover all the necessary material before the test. Step 8. Monitor your progress. Regularly monitor your progress to ensure that you are staying on track with your study schedule. Keep track of the sections or topics you have covered and the ones that require further attention. Use study aids like progress trackers or checklists to visually monitor your progress. If you find that you are falling behind or struggling with certain areas, reassess your study schedule and make necessary adjustments to allocate more time or seek additional help if needed. Step 9. Take care of yourself. Lastly, don't forget to prioritize self-care during your test preparation. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being is crucial for optimal learning and performance. Get enough sleep, eat nutritious meals, and engage in regular exercise to keep your mind and body in top condition. Take short breaks during your study sessions to relax and recharge. Remember, a healthy and balanced lifestyle contributes to better learning outcomes. By following these steps and creating a well-structured study schedule, you can optimize your test preparation and improve your chances of success. Remember that everyone's study schedule will be unique, so it's important to find a routine that works best for you. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and stay motivated. Good luck with your tests. 8.3 Test Taking Strategies. Taking tests can be a source of stress and anxiety for many students. However, with the right strategies and preparation, you can approach tests with confidence and improve your performance. This section will provide you with effective test-taking strategies that can help you maximize your scores and reduce test-related stress. Understanding the test format. Before diving into specific strategies, it is crucial to understand the format of the test you will be taking. Familiarize yourself with the types of questions that will be asked, such as multiple choice, true-false, short answer, or essay questions. Knowing the format will allow you to tailor your preparation and develop appropriate strategies for each question type. Preparing for the test. Review and organize your notes. Start by reviewing your class notes, textbooks, and any other relevant materials. Organize the information into key concepts, main ideas, and supporting details. This will help you identify the most important information to focus on during your study sessions. Create a study schedule. Plan your study sessions in advance and allocate sufficient time for each subject or topic. Breaking down your study sessions into smaller, manageable chunks will prevent cramming and allow for better retention of information. Practice with past exams or sample questions. Obtain past exams or sample questions from your instructor or online resources. Practicing with these materials will familiarize you with the types of questions that may appear on the test and help you identify areas where you need further review. Use active learning techniques. Instead of passively reading or reviewing your notes, engage in active learning techniques such as summarizing information in your own words, teaching the material to someone else, or creating flashcards for key concepts. These techniques promote deeper understanding and retention of the material. Test-taking strategies. Read the instructions carefully. Before starting the test, take a few moments to read the instructions thoroughly. Pay attention to any specific guidelines or requirements, such as time limits, question formats, or point allocations. Understanding the instructions will prevent unnecessary mistakes and confusion during the test. Skim through the entire test. Quickly skim through the entire test to get an overview of the questions and their difficulty levels. This will help you plan your time accordingly and prioritize the questions you feel most confident about. Answer easy questions first. Start by answering the questions that you find easy and straightforward. This will boost your confidence and save time for more challenging questions later. Additionally, answering the easy questions first ensures that you don't miss out on any guaranteed points. Manage your time effectively. Keep an eye on the time throughout the test and allocate it wisely. If a question is taking too long, move on to the next one and come back to it later if time permits. Avoid spending too much time on a single question, as it may compromise your ability to answer other questions. Eliminate incorrect options. For multiple choice questions, carefully read each option and eliminate the ones that are obviously incorrect. This will increase your chances of selecting the correct answer, even if you are unsure. Use the process of elimination to narrow down your choices and make an educated guess if necessary. Pay attention to keywords. When reading the questions and answer options, pay attention to keywords that can provide clues or hints. Look for words like not, except, always, or never, as they can significantly impact the meaning of the question. Understanding the nuances of the language used in the test can help you select the correct answer. Manage your anxiety. Test anxiety can negatively impact your performance. Practice deep breathing exercises or other relaxation techniques before and during the test to help manage your anxiety. Remind yourself that you have prepared well and that you are capable of performing to the best of your abilities. Review your answers. If time allows, go back and review your answers before submitting the test. Check for any errors or omissions, and make sure you have answered all the questions. Use this time to verify your work and make any necessary corrections. After the test, reflect on your performance. Take some time to reflect on your test performance. Identify areas where you did well and areas where you struggled. This reflection will help you understand your strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to adjust your study strategies for future tests. Seek feedback. If possible, seek feedback from your instructor on your test performance. Understanding the areas where you made mistakes or could improve will guide your future study efforts and help you grow as a learner. Learn from your mistakes. Use your test results as a learning opportunity. Review the questions you answered incorrectly and understand why you made those mistakes. This will help you avoid similar errors in the future and strengthen your understanding of the subject matter. Remember, effective test taking is not just about memorizing information but also about applying critical thinking skills and utilizing effective strategies. By understanding the test format, preparing thoroughly, and implementing these test-taking strategies, you can approach tests with confidence and achieve better results. 8.4. Managing test anxiety. Test anxiety is a common experience for many students. It is the feeling of unease or apprehension that arises before or during an exam. This anxiety can negatively impact your performance and hinder your ability to demonstrate your true knowledge and skills. However, there are strategies you can employ to manage and reduce test anxiety, allowing you to perform at your best during exams. Understanding test anxiety. Test anxiety can manifest in various ways, including physical symptoms such as increased heart rate, sweating, and trembling, as well as psychological symptoms like racing thoughts, difficulty concentrating, and negative self-talk. It is important to recognize that experiencing some level of anxiety before a test is normal and can even be beneficial, as it can motivate you to prepare and perform well. However, when anxiety becomes overwhelming and interferes with your ability to think clearly and recall information, it becomes problematic. Prepare and practice. One of the most effective ways to manage test anxiety is through thorough preparation and practice. When you feel confident in your knowledge and understanding of the material, you are less likely to experience anxiety during the exam. Start by creating a study schedule that allows you to cover all the necessary content in a structured and organized manner. Break down the material into manageable chunks and allocate specific study times for each topic. As you study, engage in active learning techniques such as summarizing information in your own words, teaching the material to someone else, or creating flashcards for review. Practice answering sample questions or completing practice exams to familiarize yourself with the format and types of questions you may encounter. The more you expose yourself to the exam-like conditions, the more comfortable and confident you will become. Develop test-taking strategies. Having effective test-taking strategies can help alleviate anxiety by providing you with a clear plan of action during the exam. Familiarize yourself with the instructions and format of the test beforehand, so you know what to expect. Read through all the questions carefully, and if allowed, quickly skim through the entire exam to get an overview of the content. Start by answering the questions you feel most confident about, as this can boost your confidence and reduce anxiety. If you encounter a difficult question, don't panic. Take a deep breath, and if necessary, skip it for the time being and come back to it later. Use strategies such as process of elimination to narrow down options and make an educated guess if needed. Manage your time effectively by allocating specific time limits for each section or question. This will help prevent you from spending too much time on one question and running out of time for others. Remember to review your answers if time allows, but avoid making unnecessary changes unless you are certain of an error. Practice relaxation techniques. In addition to preparation and test-taking strategies, incorporating relaxation techniques into your routine can significantly reduce test anxiety. Deep breathing exercises, such as diaphragmatic breathing, can help calm your nervous system and reduce physical symptoms of anxiety. Take slow, deep breaths in through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this process several times before and during the exam to promote relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is another effective technique that involves tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in your body. Start by tensing your muscles, such as your fists or shoulders, for a few seconds, and then release the tension while focusing on the sensation of relaxation. Move through each muscle group, from head to toe, to promote overall relaxation and reduce tension. Challenge negative thoughts. Negative thoughts and self-doubt can contribute to test anxiety. It is important to challenge and reframe these thoughts to promote a more positive and confident mindset. Instead of focusing on potential failure or what could go wrong, remind yourself of your past successes and the effort you have put into your preparation. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations such as, I am well prepared and capable of succeeding, or, I have overcome challenges before, and I can do it again. Seek support. If test anxiety persists and significantly impacts your academic performance, it may be beneficial to seek support from a teacher, counselor, or academic advisor. They can provide guidance and resources to help you manage your anxiety effectively. Additionally, consider joining a study group or seeking support from peers who may be experiencing similar challenges. Sharing your concerns and learning from others can provide a sense of reassurance and help you develop additional strategies for managing test anxiety. Remember, managing test anxiety is a process that requires practice and patience. By implementing these strategies and developing a positive mindset, you can effectively reduce anxiety and perform at your best during exams. 9. Improving writing skills. 9.1 Understanding the writing process. Writing is a fundamental skill that plays a crucial role in various aspects of our lives, from academic pursuits to professional endeavors. Whether you are a student working on essays and research papers or a professional crafting reports and proposals, understanding the writing process is essential for effective communication. This section will delve into the key components of the writing process and provide strategies to enhance your writing skills. The writing process, a step-by-step approach. The writing process is a systematic approach that involves several stages to produce well-structured and coherent written work. By understanding and following these stages, you can streamline your writing process and improve the quality of your work. The key stages of the writing process include 1. Pre-writing. The pre-writing stage is where you gather and organize your thoughts before you start writing. This stage involves brainstorming ideas, conducting research, and creating an outline. Brainstorming allows you to generate ideas and explore different perspectives on the topic. Research helps you gather relevant information and supporting evidence to strengthen your arguments. Creating an outline provides a roadmap for your writing, ensuring that your ideas flow logically and coherently. 2. Drafting. Once you have completed the pre-writing stage, it's time to start drafting your piece. During this stage, focus on getting your ideas down on paper without worrying too much about grammar, spelling, or sentence structure. The goal is to create a rough draft that captures your main ideas and arguments. Remember to use clear and concise language to convey your message effectively. 3. Revising. After completing the initial draft, it's crucial to revise and refine your work. Revision involves reviewing your writing for clarity, coherence, and organization. Pay attention to the overall structure of your piece, ensuring that each paragraph supports your main thesis or argument. Check for any gaps in your reasoning or areas that require further development. Additionally, revise your sentences for clarity and conciseness, eliminating any unnecessary words or phrases. 4. Editing. Editing focuses on the finer details of your writing, such as grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Carefully proofread your work to correct any errors or inconsistencies. Pay attention to sentence structure, verb tense, subject-verb agreement, and punctuation marks. It can be helpful to read your work aloud or ask someone else to review it for you, as fresh eyes can often catch mistakes that you may have missed. 5. Proofreading. Proofreading is the final stage of the writing process and involves a thorough review of your work to ensure it is error-free and polished. Check for any typos, spelling mistakes, or formatting errors. Pay attention to the overall formatting and citation style if required. Take the time to read your work carefully, line by line, to catch any remaining errors or inconsistencies. Strategies for effective writing. In addition to understanding the writing process, there are several strategies you can employ to enhance your writing skills. 1. Read widely. Reading widely exposes you to different writing styles, vocabulary, and ideas. It helps you develop a strong foundation in language and expands your knowledge base. Pay attention to the structure and flow of well-written pieces, and take note of the techniques used by skilled writers. Reading regularly will also improve your vocabulary and grammar, making your writing more precise and engaging. 2. Practice regularly. Like any skill, writing improves with practice. Set aside dedicated time for writing regularly, even if it's just a few minutes each day. Practice different types of writing, such as essays, articles, or creative pieces, to develop versatility in your writing style. Consider keeping a journal or starting a blog to provide a platform for regular writing practice. 3. Seek feedback. Feedback is invaluable for growth and improvement. Share your writing with trusted peers, mentors, or writing groups and ask for constructive criticism. Consider joining a writing workshop or taking a writing course to receive expert feedback and guidance. Be open to feedback and use it as an opportunity to refine your writing skills. 4. Use writing prompts. Writing prompts can help stimulate your creativity and provide a starting point for your writing. Look for writing prompts online or create your own. Set a timer and challenge yourself to write continuously for a set period, focusing on generating ideas and letting your thoughts flow freely. Writing prompts can help overcome writer's block and inspire new ideas. 5. Embrace the revision process. Revision is an essential part of the writing process. Embrace the opportunity to refine and improve your work. Be willing to make substantial changes, reorganize paragraphs, or rewrite sections if necessary. Remember that writing is a process of constant refinement, and the final product is often the result of multiple revisions. 6. Develop a strong thesis statement. A strong thesis statement is the backbone of any well-written piece. Take the time to craft a clear and concise thesis statement that encapsulates the main argument or purpose of your writing. Ensure that your thesis statement is specific, debatable, and supported by evidence throughout your piece. 7. Use effective organization and structure. Organizing your writing in a logical and coherent manner is crucial for reader comprehension. Use paragraphs to separate different ideas or arguments, and ensure that each paragraph has a clear topic sentence. Use transitional words and phrases to create smooth transitions between paragraphs and sections. Consider using headings and subheadings to guide the reader through your piece. 8. Edit and proofread thoroughly. Editing and proofreading are essential for producing polished and error-free writing. Take the time to carefully review your work for grammar, punctuation, and spelling errors. Use grammar and spell check tools, but also rely on your own eyes and judgment. Read your work aloud to catch any awkward phrasing or unclear sentences. Consider seeking the assistance of a professional editor or proofreader for important pieces. By understanding the writing process and implementing these strategies, you can enhance your writing skills and produce clear, concise, and compelling written work. Writing is a lifelong skill that can be continuously developed and refined, so embrace the process and enjoy the journey of becoming a proficient writer. 9.2. Developing a strong thesis statement. A thesis statement is a crucial component of any academic or persuasive writing. It serves as the main argument or central idea of your essay, research paper, or any other written work. Developing a strong thesis statement is essential because it provides direction and focus to your writing, allowing you to present a clear and coherent argument. Understanding the purpose of a thesis statement. Before delving into the process of developing a strong thesis statement, it is important to understand its purpose. A thesis statement provides a clear and concise summary of the main point or argument of your paper. Guides the reader and informs them about the focus and direction of your writing. Presents a debatable claim that can be supported with evidence and analysis. Sets the tone and establishes the overall structure of your paper. Steps to develop a strong thesis statement. Developing a strong thesis statement requires careful thought and consideration. Here are some steps to help you create an effective thesis statement. Step 1. Understand the assignment. Before you begin crafting your thesis statement, make sure you thoroughly understand the requirements and objectives of your assignment. Analyze the prompt or question and identify the key elements that need to be addressed in your thesis statement. Step 2. Conduct background research. To develop a strong thesis statement, it is important to have a solid understanding of the topic or issue you are writing about. Conduct thorough research to gather relevant information, facts, and evidence that will support your argument. Step 3. Identify the main argument. Based on your research, identify the main argument or claim that you want to make in your paper. This argument should be specific, focused, and debatable. Avoid vague or broad statements that lack clarity and precision. Step 4. Make it clear and concise. A strong thesis statement should be clear, concise, and to the point. Avoid using unnecessary jargon or complex language that may confuse the reader. State your argument in a straightforward manner that can be easily understood. Step 5. Take a position. Your thesis statement should clearly state your position on the topic or issue. It should express your stance and provide a clear indication of the side you are taking. This will help guide your writing and ensure that your argument remains consistent throughout your paper. Step 6. Provide evidence and analysis. A strong thesis statement is supported by evidence and analysis. It is not enough to simply state your opinion, you must back it up with credible sources, facts, and logical reasoning. Consider the evidence you have gathered during your research and think about how it supports your argument. Step 7. Revise and refine. Once you have drafted your thesis statement, take the time to revise and refine it. Consider the clarity, coherence, and strength of your argument. Make sure that your thesis statement accurately reflects the content and direction of your paper. Examples of strong thesis statements. To further illustrate the process of developing a strong thesis statement, here are some examples. The use of renewable energy sources is essential in reducing carbon emissions and combating climate change. The legalization of marijuana for medicinal purposes has proven to be beneficial in alleviating pain and improving the quality of life for patients. The implementation of stricter gun control laws is necessary to reduce gun violence and ensure public safety. The portrayal of women in the media perpetuates harmful stereotypes and contributes to gender inequality. The education system should prioritize the teaching of critical thinking skills to prepare students for success in the modern world. Conclusion. Developing a strong thesis statement is a critical step in the writing process. It provides a clear and concise summary of your main argument and guides the reader through your paper. By following the steps outlined in this section, you can create a strong thesis statement that will enhance the overall quality and effectiveness of your writing. Remember to revise and refine your thesis statement as needed to ensure that it accurately reflects your argument and supports your main points. 9.3 Organizing and structuring essays. Writing essays is a common task in academic and professional settings. Whether you are a student working on an assignment or a professional writing a report, organizing and structuring your essay is essential for effective communication and conveying your ideas clearly. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to help you organize and structure your essays effectively. Understanding essay structure. Before diving into the specifics of organizing and structuring essays, it is important to understand the basic structure of an essay. Most essays follow a similar structure, consisting of an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Introduction. The introduction serves as a roadmap for your essay. It should grab the reader's attention, provide background information on the topic, and present your thesis statement. The thesis statement is a concise summary of the main argument or point you will be making in your essay. Body paragraphs. The body paragraphs make up the bulk of your essay and provide supporting evidence and arguments for your thesis statement. Each body paragraph should focus on a single main idea or argument and include relevant evidence, examples, and analysis to support it. It is important to organize your body paragraphs logically and coherently, using clear topic sentences and transitions to guide the reader through your essay. Conclusion. The conclusion summarizes your main points and restates your thesis statement in a new way. It should leave the reader with a sense of closure and provide a final thought or reflection on the topic. Avoid introducing new information or arguments in the conclusion. Organizing your essay. Organizing your essay effectively is crucial for presenting your ideas in a clear and logical manner. Here are some strategies to help you organize your essay. Create an outline. Before you start writing, create an outline that outlines the main points and supporting evidence you will include in each section of your essay. This will serve as a roadmap and help you stay focused and organized throughout the writing process. Use a logical structure. Arrange your ideas in a logical order that flows smoothly from one point to the next. Consider using a chronological, cause and effect, or problem-solution structure, depending on the nature of your topic. Group related ideas. Grouping related ideas together can help you create coherent and cohesive paragraphs. Look for common themes or connections between your ideas and organize them accordingly. Use headings and subheadings. If your essay is longer or more complex, consider using headings and subheadings to break up the text and guide the reader. This can make your essay more visually appealing and easier to navigate. Consider your audience. Keep your audience in mind when organizing your essay. Consider what information they need to know first and how to present your ideas in a way that is most accessible and engaging for them. Structuring your essay. In addition to organizing your essay, structuring it properly is essential for clarity and coherence. Here are some tips for structuring your essay effectively. Introduction. Start with a hook. Begin your introduction with an attention-grabbing hook to engage the reader and make them want to continue reading. Provide background information. Give the reader some context and background information on the topic to help them understand the significance of your essay. Present your thesis statement. Clearly state your main argument or point in a concise and focused thesis statement. Body paragraphs. Start with a topic sentence. Begin each body paragraph with a clear topic sentence that introduces the main idea or argument of the paragraph. Provide evidence and analysis. Support your topic sentence with relevant evidence, examples, and analysis. Explain how the evidence supports your main argument and provide any necessary context or explanation. Use transitions. Use transitional words and phrases to guide the reader from one paragraph to the next and create a smooth flow of ideas. Conclusion. Summarize your main points. Briefly summarize the main points you discussed in your essay, emphasizing their significance and relevance. Restate your thesis statement. Restate your thesis statement in a new way, reinforcing your main argument or point. Provide a final thought. End your essay with a final thought or reflection on the topic, leaving the reader with something to think about. Editing and proofreading your essay. Once you have organized and structured your essay, it is important to edit and proofread it carefully to ensure clarity, coherence, and correctness. Here are some techniques to help you edit and proofread your essay effectively. Read aloud. Reading your essay aloud can help you identify awkward or unclear sentences, grammatical errors, and typos. It can also help you assess the overall flow and coherence of your writing. Use editing tools. Utilize spelling and grammar checkers, such as Grammarly or Microsoft Word's built-in tools, to catch any obvious errors. However, be aware that these tools are not foolproof and may miss certain mistakes. Take a break. After completing your essay, take a break before editing and proofreading. This will give you a fresh perspective and make it easier to spot errors or areas that need improvement. Check for coherence and clarity. Ensure that your ideas flow logically and coherently throughout the essay. Check for any gaps in your argument or any areas that may need further explanation or clarification. Proofread for grammar and punctuation. Pay attention to grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. Look for common errors such as subject-verb agreement, verb tense consistency, and proper comma usage. By organizing and structuring your essays effectively, you can enhance the clarity and coherence of your writing. Remember to create an outline, use a logical structure, and consider your audience when organizing your essay. Additionally, pay attention to the introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion to ensure a well-structured essay. Finally, edit and proofread your essay carefully to catch any errors or areas that need improvement. 9.4 Editing and Proofreading Techniques. Editing and proofreading are essential skills for any writer. They involve carefully reviewing and revising your written work to ensure clarity, coherence, and accuracy. By implementing effective editing and proofreading techniques, you can significantly improve the quality of your writing and enhance your overall communication skills. In this section, we will explore various strategies and tips to help you master the art of editing and proofreading. The importance of editing and proofreading. Editing and proofreading are crucial steps in the writing process. They allow you to refine your ideas, correct errors, and polish your work before sharing it with others. Here are some key reasons why editing and proofreading are essential. Enhancing clarity. Editing helps you clarify your thoughts and ensure that your message is conveyed clearly to your readers. It allows you to eliminate any confusing or ambiguous language and make your writing more concise and coherent. Improving grammar and spelling. Proofreading helps you identify and correct grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and punctuation errors. This ensures that your writing is accurate and professional. Ensuring consistency. Editing and proofreading enable you to maintain consistency in your writing style, tone, and formatting. This consistency enhances the overall readability and professionalism of your work. Polishing your work. By carefully reviewing and revising your writing, you can refine your ideas, strengthen your arguments, and improve the overall quality of your work. This attention to detail demonstrates your commitment to producing high-quality content. Effective editing techniques. Editing involves a comprehensive review of your writing to identify areas that need improvement. Here are some effective editing techniques to help you enhance your writing. Read aloud. Reading your work aloud can help you identify awkward sentence structures, repetitive phrases, and grammatical errors. It allows you to hear how your writing flows and helps you spot any areas that need revision. Check for clarity. Ensure that your ideas are expressed clearly and concisely. Remove any unnecessary jargon, complex language, or convoluted sentences. Aim for simplicity and clarity in your writing. Eliminate redundancy. Look for repetitive words, phrases, or ideas in your writing. Remove any unnecessary repetition to make your writing more concise and focused. Improve sentence structure. Pay attention to the structure of your sentences. Vary sentence lengths and structures to create a more engaging and dynamic writing style. Ensure that each sentence is clear and coherent. Check for consistency. Review your writing for consistency in terms of tone, style, and formatting. Ensure that you are using consistent punctuation, capitalization, and verb tense throughout your work. Evaluate paragraphs. Examine the organization and flow of your paragraphs. Ensure that each paragraph has a clear topic sentence and supports your main argument or idea. Consider rearranging or rephrasing sentences to improve the overall coherence of your writing. Effective proofreading techniques. Proofreading involves carefully reviewing your writing for errors in grammar, spelling, punctuation, and formatting. Here are some effective proofreading techniques to help you catch and correct mistakes. Take a break. After completing your writing, take a break before proofreading. This allows you to approach your work with fresh eyes and a clear mind. Taking a break helps you spot errors that you may have overlooked while writing. Proofread in multiple passes. Instead of trying to catch all errors in one go, proofread your work in multiple passes. In each pass, focus on specific aspects such as grammar, spelling, punctuation, and formatting. This approach helps you maintain focus and catch more errors. Use proofreading tools. Utilize spelling and grammar checkers, such as those available in word processing software, to help you identify common errors. However, be cautious as these tools may not catch all mistakes, so manual proofreading is still necessary. Read backwards. To catch spelling errors, read your work backward, starting from the last word and moving to the first. This technique helps you focus on individual words and prevents your brain from automatically correcting mistakes. Print and review. Print a hard copy of your work and review it on paper. Reading from a physical copy can help you spot errors that you may have missed on the screen. Read slowly and carefully. Take your time while proofreading and read each word and sentence carefully. Pay attention to details such as punctuation, capitalization, and verb agreement. Get a second opinion. If possible, ask a trusted friend, colleague, or mentor to review your work. Fresh eyes can often catch errors that you may have overlooked. Final thoughts. Editing and proofreading are essential skills for any writer. By implementing effective editing and proofreading techniques, you can enhance the clarity, accuracy, and overall quality of your writing. Remember to approach the editing process with a critical eye and be open to making revisions. With practice, you will become more proficient in editing and proofreading, leading to improved writing skills and increased confidence in your work. 10. Effective online learning. 10.1 Navigating online learning platforms. Online learning has become increasingly popular in recent years, offering individuals the flexibility and convenience to pursue education and acquire new skills from the comfort of their own homes. However, navigating online learning platforms can sometimes be overwhelming, especially for those who are new to this mode of education. In this section, we will explore some strategies and tips to help you effectively navigate online learning platforms and make the most out of your online learning experience. Understanding the online learning environment. Before diving into the specifics of online learning platforms, it is essential to understand the unique characteristics of the online learning environment. Unlike traditional classroom settings, online learning requires self-discipline, self-motivation, and effective time management skills. Here are a few key aspects to consider. Flexibility. Online learning allows you to set your own schedule and learn at your own pace. However, this flexibility also requires you to be proactive and take responsibility for your learning journey. Digital literacy. Familiarize yourself with the basic tools and technologies used in online learning, such as learning management systems (LMS), video conferencing platforms, discussion boards, and online collaboration tools. This will help you navigate the online learning platforms more efficiently. Communication. Online learning often involves asynchronous communication, meaning that you may not have real-time interactions with your instructors or peers. It is crucial to develop effective written communication skills to engage in discussions, ask questions, and seek clarification. Choosing the right online learning platform. With numerous online learning platforms available, selecting the right one for your needs is essential. Consider the following factors when choosing an online learning platform. Accreditation. Ensure that the online learning platform is accredited and recognized by reputable educational institutions or organizations. This ensures the quality and credibility of the courses or programs offered. Course variety. Look for platforms that offer a wide range of courses or programs in your area of interest. This allows you to explore different subjects and tailor your learning experience to your specific goals. User-friendly interface. Opt for platforms that have an intuitive and user-friendly interface. A well-designed platform makes it easier to navigate through course materials, access resources, and engage in discussions. Support and resources. Check if the platform provides adequate support and resources, such as technical assistance, access to libraries or research databases, and opportunities for interaction with instructors and fellow learners. Getting started with online learning platforms. Once you have chosen an online learning platform, it's time to get started. Here are some steps to help you navigate the platform effectively. Orientation. Take advantage of any orientation materials or tutorials provided by the platform. These resources will familiarize you with the platform's features, tools, and navigation. Course selection. Browse through the available courses and select the ones that align with your interests and learning goals. Consider the course syllabus, learning objectives, and prerequisites before enrolling. Course structure. Understand the structure of the course, including the format of the lessons, assignments, assessments, and any deadlines. This will help you plan your study schedule and stay organized throughout the course. Navigating course materials. Explore the course materials, such as lecture videos, readings, and supplementary resources. Take note of any additional materials or recommended readings that can enhance your understanding of the subject. Engagement and participation. Actively engage in the course by participating in discussions, forums, and virtual meetings. This not only helps you clarify concepts but also allows you to connect with instructors and fellow learners. Time management. Create a study schedule that suits your needs and commitments. Allocate specific time slots for studying, completing assignments, and participating in course activities. Stick to your schedule to ensure consistent progress. Seeking help. If you encounter any difficulties or have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your instructors or the platform's support team. They are there to assist you and provide guidance throughout your learning journey. Maximizing online learning resources. Online learning platforms offer a wealth of resources to support your learning experience. Here are some tips to make the most of these resources. Discussion boards. Actively participate in discussion boards to engage in meaningful conversations with your peers. Share your thoughts, ask questions, and contribute to the learning community. Additional materials. Explore additional resources provided by the platform, such as ebooks, articles, or video tutorials. These resources can deepen your understanding of the subject and provide alternative perspectives. Online libraries and research databases. Take advantage of any access to online libraries or research databases offered by the platform. These resources can help you conduct in-depth research and enhance the quality of your assignments or projects. Online support communities. Join online support communities or forums related to your area of study. These communities provide opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals, seek advice, and share resources. Feedback and assessment. Pay attention to feedback provided by instructors on your assignments or assessments. Use this feedback constructively to improve your understanding and performance. Conclusion. Navigating online learning platforms effectively is crucial for a successful online learning experience. By understanding the online learning environment, choosing the right platform, and utilizing the available resources, you can make the most out of your online courses or programs. Remember to stay organized, manage your time effectively, and actively engage in discussions and activities to maximize your learning outcomes. 10.2 Managing online coursework. In today's digital age, online learning has become increasingly popular and accessible. With the convenience of studying from anywhere and at any time, more and more individuals are opting for online courses to enhance their knowledge and skills. However, managing online coursework effectively requires a different approach compared to traditional classroom learning. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to help you effectively manage your online coursework and make the most out of your online learning experience. Setting clear goals and expectations. Before diving into your online coursework, it is essential to set clear goals and expectations for yourself. Take some time to reflect on what you hope to achieve from the course and what specific skills or knowledge you want to gain. By setting clear goals, you can stay focused and motivated throughout the learning process. Additionally, it is crucial to understand the expectations of the course. Familiarize yourself with the syllabus, course requirements, and deadlines. This will help you plan your study schedule and allocate time for each task accordingly. Creating a study schedule. One of the advantages of online learning is the flexibility it offers. However, this flexibility can sometimes lead to procrastination and poor time management. To avoid falling behind on your coursework, create a study schedule that outlines specific times for studying, completing assignments, and participating in online discussions. When creating your study schedule, consider your personal preferences and peak productivity times. Some individuals prefer studying early in the morning, while others may be more productive in the evening. Find a schedule that works best for you and stick to it as much as possible. Managing time effectively. Time management is crucial when it comes to managing online coursework. Without proper time management, it is easy to get overwhelmed and fall behind. Here are some tips to help you manage your time effectively. Prioritize tasks. Identify the most important tasks and prioritize them accordingly. Focus on completing high-priority assignments and studying for exams before moving on to less urgent tasks. Break tasks into smaller chunks. Large assignments or projects can be overwhelming. Break them down into smaller, manageable tasks, and work on them consistently over time. Avoid multitasking. While it may be tempting to multitask, it can actually decrease productivity and hinder learning. Instead, focus on one task at a time and give it your full attention. Take regular breaks. Taking short breaks during study sessions can help improve focus and prevent burnout. Use these breaks to relax, stretch, or engage in activities that help you recharge. Actively engaging in online discussions. Online courses often include discussion boards or forums where students can interact with each other and the instructor. Actively participating in these discussions can enhance your learning experience and provide valuable insights. Here are some tips for engaging in online discussions effectively. Read and understand the prompt. Before posting a response, make sure you thoroughly read and understand the discussion prompt. Take note of any specific questions or guidelines provided. Contribute thoughtfully. When participating in online discussions, aim to contribute thoughtfully and constructively. Share your own perspectives, ask questions, and provide evidence or examples to support your arguments. Engage with others. Respond to your peers' posts and engage in meaningful conversations. Consider different viewpoints and respectfully challenge or expand upon others' ideas. Be respectful and professional. Online discussions should be conducted in a respectful and professional manner. Avoid personal attacks or offensive language, and always maintain a courteous tone. Staying organized. With online coursework, it is essential to stay organized to avoid confusion and ensure you can easily access course materials when needed. Here are some tips to help you stay organized. Create a dedicated study space. Designate a specific area in your home or workspace for studying. Keep it clean, organized, and free from distractions. Use digital tools. Take advantage of digital tools and apps to stay organized. Use online calendars, task management apps, and note-taking tools to keep track of assignments, deadlines, and important course materials. Keep a digital folder for each course. Create a separate folder on your computer or cloud storage for each course. Organize your course materials, assignments, and notes within these folders for easy access. Regularly back up your work. Online platforms can sometimes experience technical issues. To avoid losing your work, regularly back up your assignments and important course materials. By implementing these strategies, you can effectively manage your online coursework and make the most out of your online learning experience. Remember to stay disciplined, stay organized, and stay engaged throughout the course. With dedication and proper management, you can achieve your learning goals and succeed in your online studies. 10.3 Engaging in virtual discussions. Virtual discussions have become an integral part of online learning environments. They provide an opportunity for students to engage with their peers and instructors, share ideas, ask questions, and deepen their understanding of the course material. However, participating in virtual discussions requires a different set of skills compared to face-to-face interactions. In this section, we will explore strategies to effectively engage in virtual discussions and make the most out of this collaborative learning experience. Active participation. Active participation is key to making virtual discussions meaningful and engaging. Here are some strategies to help you actively contribute to the conversation. Prepare in advance. Before the discussion begins, review the assigned readings or materials to familiarize yourself with the topic. Take notes and jot down any questions or points you would like to discuss. Be present. Treat virtual discussions with the same level of attentiveness as you would in a physical classroom. Minimize distractions by finding a quiet and comfortable space to participate from. Turn off notifications on your devices to avoid interruptions. Engage with the content. Demonstrate your understanding of the topic by sharing relevant examples, connecting concepts, and asking thoughtful questions. Avoid simply summarizing the material. Instead, aim to contribute to the depth of the discussion. Respond to others. Actively listen to your peers' contributions and respond to their ideas. Build upon their points, provide constructive feedback, and ask follow-up questions to encourage further discussion. Remember to be respectful and considerate in your responses. Use evidence and examples. Support your arguments and opinions with evidence from the course material or external sources. This helps to strengthen your points and adds credibility to your contributions. Be concise and clear. Virtual discussions often have limited time and space, so it's important to communicate your thoughts concisely and clearly. Avoid rambling or going off topic. Use proper grammar and punctuation to ensure your messages are easily understood. Active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill in virtual discussions. It allows you to understand others' perspectives, engage in meaningful dialogue, and build upon the ideas shared. Here are some tips to enhance your active listening skills. Focus on the speaker. Pay close attention to the speaker's message without interrupting or formulating your response prematurely. Avoid distractions and maintain eye contact if you are participating in a video conference. Take notes. Jot down key points, questions, or ideas that arise during the discussion. This helps you stay engaged and provides a reference for future contributions. Paraphrase and summarize. After someone has spoken, paraphrase or summarize their main points to ensure your understanding is accurate. This also demonstrates that you are actively listening and encourages further elaboration. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear or you need further information, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. This not only helps you grasp the content better but also encourages the speaker to provide more details. Avoid interrupting. Wait for the speaker to finish before responding or asking questions. Interrupting can disrupt the flow of the discussion and hinder effective communication. Show empathy and respect. Acknowledge and validate others' perspectives, even if you disagree with them. Use inclusive language and avoid making derogatory or dismissive remarks. Building rapport and collaboration. Virtual discussions provide an opportunity to build rapport and collaborate with your peers. Here are some strategies to foster a collaborative learning environment. Be respectful and inclusive. Treat all participants with respect and create an inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and opinions. Avoid personal attacks or derogatory language. Encourage diverse perspectives. Embrace diversity of thought and encourage participants to share their unique perspectives. This enriches the discussion and promotes critical thinking. Ask open-ended questions. Pose open-ended questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer. This encourages participants to think critically and engage in deeper discussions. Seek clarification. If you come across a viewpoint or argument that you don't fully understand, ask for clarification. This demonstrates your willingness to learn and promotes a deeper understanding of the topic. Collaborate on problem solving. Virtual discussions often involve problem-solving activities. Collaborate with your peers to analyze and solve complex problems, leveraging each other's strengths and expertise. Provide constructive feedback. When providing feedback, focus on the content rather than the person. Offer constructive criticism and suggestions for improvement. Remember to be respectful and supportive in your feedback. By actively participating, practicing active listening, and fostering collaboration, you can make virtual discussions a valuable learning experience. Engaging in these discussions not only helps you deepen your understanding of the course material but also allows you to connect with your peers and develop critical thinking skills. Embrace the opportunities virtual discussions offer and make the most out of your online learning journey. 10.4 Maximizing online resources. In today's digital age, online resources have become an invaluable tool for learning. With the vast amount of information available at our fingertips, it is essential to know how to effectively utilize these resources to enhance your learning experience. In this section, we will explore strategies for maximizing online resources to help you learn better. 1. Identify reliable sources. The internet is filled with a plethora of information, but not all sources are reliable or accurate. When using online resources for learning, it is crucial to identify trustworthy sources. Look for reputable websites, educational institutions, and experts in the field. Check for citations, references, and credentials to ensure the information is reliable and up-to-date. 2. Utilize online libraries and databases. Online libraries and databases provide access to a vast collection of books, journals, articles, and research papers. These resources can significantly enhance your learning experience. Take advantage of platforms like Google Scholar, JSTOR, and academic libraries to find relevant and credible sources for your studies. Use advanced search options to narrow down your search and find specific information. 3. Engage in online courses and webinars. Online courses and webinars offer a structured learning experience and allow you to acquire new skills and knowledge from experts in various fields. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy provide a wide range of courses on diverse subjects. Take advantage of these platforms to learn at your own pace and explore topics of interest. Participate actively in discussions, complete assignments, and seek feedback to maximize your learning. 4. Join online study groups and forums. Online study groups and forums provide an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals who share similar learning goals. Engaging in discussions, asking questions, and sharing ideas can deepen your understanding of the subject matter. Platforms like Reddit, Quora, and online forums specific to your field of study can be excellent resources for connecting with others and gaining insights. 5. Access open educational resources, OER. Open educational resources, OER, are freely accessible learning materials available online. These resources include textbooks, lecture notes, videos, and interactive modules. Websites like OpenStax, MIT OpenCourseWare, and Khan Academy offer a wide range of OER that can supplement your learning. Take advantage of these resources to access high-quality educational materials without any cost. 6. Leverage multimedia resources. Online resources offer a variety of multimedia options, such as videos, podcasts, and interactive simulations. These resources can make learning more engaging and enhance your understanding of complex concepts. Platforms like YouTube, TED Talks, and educational podcasts provide a wealth of multimedia content that can complement your studies. Incorporate these resources into your learning routine to make it more interactive and enjoyable. 7. Use online tools and apps. There are numerous online tools and apps designed to facilitate learning and improve productivity. These tools can help you organize your study materials, create flashcards, manage your time, and enhance your overall learning experience. Explore tools like Evernote, Quizlet, Trello, and Pomodoro Technique to streamline your learning process and make it more efficient. 8. Follow educational blogs and websites. Educational blogs and websites are excellent resources for staying updated on the latest trends, research, and developments in your field of study. Subscribe to reputable blogs, follow educational websites, and sign up for newsletters to receive regular updates. Engage with the content by leaving comments, asking questions, and sharing your insights. This active participation can deepen your understanding and expand your knowledge. 9. Take advantage of social media. Social media platforms can be more than just a source of entertainment. They can also serve as valuable learning resources. Follow educational accounts, join relevant groups, and participate in discussions on platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Engage with experts, share resources, and learn from others in your field. However, be mindful of the time you spend on social media and ensure it remains a productive learning tool. 10. Practice digital literacy. To maximize online resources, it is essential to develop digital literacy skills. Digital literacy involves the ability to find, evaluate, and use information effectively and responsibly. Learn how to critically assess online sources, fact-check information, and avoid plagiarism. Understand the importance of online privacy and security to protect your personal information. By practicing digital literacy, you can navigate online resources more efficiently and make the most of your learning experience. In conclusion, online resources offer a wealth of information and opportunities for learning. By identifying reliable sources, utilizing online libraries and databases, engaging in online courses and study groups, accessing open educational resources, leveraging multimedia resources, using online tools and apps, following educational blogs and websites, taking advantage of social media, and practicing digital literacy, you can maximize the benefits of online resources and enhance your learning journey. Embrace the digital age and make the most of the vast knowledge available at your fingertips. 11. Building effective study groups. 11.1 Benefits of study groups. Study groups are a valuable tool for enhancing the learning experience. By collaborating with peers, students can gain a deeper understanding of the material, improve their critical thinking skills, and develop effective study strategies. In this section, we will explore the various benefits of study groups and how they can contribute to mastering the art of learning. Enhanced understanding and comprehension. One of the primary benefits of study groups is the opportunity to engage in discussions and exchange ideas with fellow students. This collaborative learning environment allows for a deeper understanding of the subject matter. When students come together to discuss concepts, they can clarify any confusion, fill in knowledge gaps, and gain new perspectives. Explaining concepts to others also helps solidify one's own understanding of the material. By actively participating in discussions, students can reinforce their knowledge and improve their comprehension of the topics at hand. Improved critical thinking skills. Study groups provide an ideal setting for developing critical thinking skills. When students work together to solve problems or analyze complex information, they are exposed to different viewpoints and approaches. This exposure encourages them to think critically, evaluate evidence, and consider alternative solutions. By engaging in thoughtful discussions and challenging each other's ideas, study group members can sharpen their analytical skills and enhance their ability to think critically. This skill is not only valuable in academic settings but also in real-world scenarios where critical thinking is essential. Enhanced motivation and accountability. Studying alone can sometimes be monotonous and demotivating. However, being part of a study group can provide a sense of camaraderie and motivation. When students study together, they can encourage and support each other, creating a positive and productive learning environment. The presence of peers can help maintain focus and prevent procrastination. Additionally, study groups often establish regular meeting times, which helps create a sense of accountability. Knowing that others are relying on their participation can motivate students to stay committed and actively engage in the learning process. Diverse perspectives and knowledge sharing. Study groups bring together students with different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. This diversity enriches the learning experience by exposing individuals to a wide range of ideas and insights. Each member of the study group can contribute their unique knowledge and expertise, creating a collaborative learning environment. By sharing their perspectives, students can gain a broader understanding of the subject matter and develop a more comprehensive view of the topics being studied. This exposure to diverse perspectives fosters creativity, critical thinking, and open-mindedness. Improved communication and interpersonal skills. Participating in study groups provides an opportunity to develop and refine communication and interpersonal skills. Students must effectively articulate their thoughts, listen actively to others, and engage in respectful and constructive discussions. Through these interactions, students can enhance their communication skills, including verbal and nonverbal communication, active listening, and articulating ideas clearly. These skills are not only valuable in academic settings but also in professional and personal contexts. Enhanced problem-solving abilities. Study groups often involve working together to solve problems or tackle challenging assignments. This collaborative problem-solving approach allows students to pool their knowledge, skills, and resources to find solutions. By engaging in group problem-solving activities, students can develop their problem-solving abilities, learn new strategies, and gain exposure to different problem-solving techniques. This collaborative problem-solving experience can be particularly beneficial when encountering complex or unfamiliar problems that require multiple perspectives and approaches. Increased retention and recall. When students actively engage in discussions and explain concepts to others, they reinforce their own learning and retention of information. By teaching and discussing concepts with study group members, students are more likely to remember and recall the material during exams or assignments. The act of explaining concepts to others requires a deeper level of understanding and forces students to organize their thoughts coherently. This process enhances memory consolidation and improves long-term retention of the material. Support and emotional well-being. Study groups can provide emotional support and a sense of belonging, particularly during challenging academic periods. Students can share their concerns, frustrations, and successes with their study group members, creating a supportive network. This support system can help alleviate stress, boost confidence, and enhance overall well-being. Knowing that they are not alone in their academic journey can provide students with a sense of comfort and motivation to persevere. In conclusion, study groups offer numerous benefits that can significantly enhance the learning experience. From improved understanding and critical thinking skills to increased motivation and retention, study groups provide a collaborative and supportive environment for students to thrive. By actively participating in study groups, students can maximize their learning potential, develop effective study strategies, and master the art of learning. 11.2 Creating a productive study group. A study group can be a valuable tool for enhancing your learning experience. By collaborating with others who share similar academic goals, you can gain new perspectives, exchange ideas, and deepen your understanding of the subject matter. However, not all study groups are equally effective. To create a productive study group, it is important to establish clear goals, establish a structure, and foster a positive and collaborative environment. In this section, we will explore strategies for creating a productive study group. Establish clear goals. Before forming a study group, it is essential to establish clear goals and objectives. Determine what you hope to achieve through the study group. Are you looking to review and discuss course material, solve practice problems, or prepare for exams? By clarifying your goals, you can ensure that all group members are on the same page and working towards a common purpose. Find committed and like-minded individuals. When forming a study group, it is important to find individuals who are committed to their academic success and share similar learning goals. Look for classmates who are actively engaged in the course and demonstrate a strong work ethic. Seek out individuals who are motivated, reliable, and willing to contribute to the group's success. By surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, you can create a supportive and focused study environment. Establish a regular meeting schedule. Consistency is key when it comes to study groups. Establish a regular meeting schedule that works for all group members. This will help ensure that everyone can plan their time accordingly and commit to attending the study sessions. Consider factors such as class schedules, work commitments, and personal obligations when determining the meeting times. By having a consistent schedule, you can create a sense of accountability and maintain momentum in your study group. Define roles and responsibilities. To maximize the effectiveness of your study group, it can be helpful to assign specific roles and responsibilities to each member. For example, one member could be responsible for organizing study materials, another for leading discussions, and another for keeping track of time during study sessions. By dividing tasks and responsibilities, you can ensure that everyone contributes to the group's success and that the workload is distributed evenly. Foster active participation and collaboration. A productive study group is one where all members actively participate and collaborate. Encourage open and respectful communication, where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and asking questions. Create an inclusive environment where diverse perspectives are valued and appreciated. Engage in active learning techniques such as group discussions, problem-solving activities, and peer teaching. By actively participating and collaborating, you can deepen your understanding of the subject matter and benefit from the collective knowledge of the group. Set ground rules. To maintain a productive study group, it is important to establish and adhere to ground rules. These rules can include guidelines for punctuality, preparedness, and respectful behavior. For example, you may decide that all group members should arrive on time, complete assigned readings or tasks before each meeting, and actively listen to others without interrupting. By setting clear expectations and boundaries, you can create a focused and respectful study environment. Utilize technology and resources. In today's digital age, technology can greatly enhance the productivity of study groups. Utilize online platforms and tools to facilitate communication, collaboration, and resource sharing. Online discussion boards, shared documents, and video conferencing platforms can help bridge the gap between group members who may not be able to meet in person. Additionally, make use of online resources such as educational websites, digital textbooks, and interactive learning materials to supplement your study sessions. Evaluate and adjust. Regularly evaluate the effectiveness of your study group and make adjustments as needed. Reflect on what is working well and what can be improved. Seek feedback from group members and be open to suggestions for improvement. Consider adjusting the meeting format, study strategies, or group dynamics based on the feedback received. By continuously evaluating and adjusting, you can ensure that your study group remains productive and aligned with your learning goals. In conclusion, creating a productive study group requires careful planning, clear goals, and effective communication. By finding committed and like-minded individuals, establishing a regular meeting schedule, defining roles and responsibilities, fostering active participation and collaboration, setting ground rules, utilizing technology and resources, and regularly evaluating and adjusting, you can create a study group that enhances your learning experience and helps you achieve academic success. 11.3 Collaborative Learning Techniques. Collaborative learning is a powerful approach that can greatly enhance your learning experience. By working together with others, you can gain new perspectives, deepen your understanding of concepts, and improve your problem-solving skills. In this section, we will explore various collaborative learning techniques that you can incorporate into your study group sessions or classroom settings to maximize your learning potential. Benefits of collaborative learning. Before diving into specific techniques, it's important to understand the benefits of collaborative learning. When you engage in collaborative learning, you have the opportunity to gain diverse perspectives. Collaborating with others exposes you to different viewpoints and ways of thinking. This can broaden your understanding of a subject and help you see things from different angles. Improve critical thinking skills. Through discussions and debates with your peers, you can develop your critical thinking skills. Collaborative learning encourages you to analyze information, evaluate arguments, and make informed decisions. Enhance problem-solving abilities. Working together with others allows you to tackle complex problems collectively. By pooling your knowledge and skills, you can come up with innovative solutions that you might not have thought of on your own. Develop communication skills. Collaborative learning requires effective communication and active listening. Engaging in discussions and explaining concepts to others can improve your ability to articulate your thoughts and ideas clearly. Build teamwork and interpersonal skills. Collaborative learning provides an opportunity to develop teamwork and interpersonal skills. You learn how to work effectively in a group, respect others' opinions, and resolve conflicts constructively. Now that we understand the benefits of collaborative learning, let's explore some techniques that can enhance your learning experience. 1. Group discussions. Group discussions are a fundamental collaborative learning technique. They allow you to exchange ideas, clarify concepts, and deepen your understanding of the subject matter. Here are some tips for effective group discussions. Establish clear goals. Before starting a discussion, set clear goals and objectives. This will help keep the conversation focused and productive. Encourage active participation. Encourage all group members to actively participate in the discussion. Create a supportive environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and opinions. Listen actively. Actively listen to what others are saying and show respect for their ideas. Avoid interrupting and give everyone an opportunity to speak. Ask probing questions. Ask thought-provoking questions to stimulate deeper thinking and encourage critical analysis of the topic. This can help uncover different perspectives and promote a more comprehensive understanding. Summarize and synthesize. Summarize the main points discussed during the conversation and synthesize the different viewpoints. This can help consolidate your understanding and identify areas that need further exploration. 2. Peer teaching. Peer teaching is a powerful technique that involves explaining concepts or teaching a topic to your study group members. By teaching others, you reinforce your own understanding and identify any gaps in your knowledge. Here's how you can effectively implement peer teaching. Choose a topic. Select a topic that you feel confident in and that aligns with the group's learning objectives. Prepare a short presentation or lesson plan to guide your teaching. Break down complex concepts. Break down complex concepts into simpler, more digestible parts. Use analogies, examples, and visuals to help your peers grasp the material. Encourage questions and discussions. Encourage your study group members to ask questions and engage in discussions during your teaching session. This promotes active learning and allows for a deeper exploration of the topic. Provide feedback. After your teaching session, ask for feedback from your peers. This will help you identify areas where you can improve and gain insights into how well you conveyed the information. 3. Collaborative projects. Collaborative projects involve working together with your study group members to complete a task or solve a problem. This technique allows you to apply what you've learned in a practical context and develop important skills such as teamwork and project management. Here are some tips for successful collaborative projects. Define roles and responsibilities. Clearly define each group member's roles and responsibilities to ensure everyone contributes effectively to the project. This helps distribute the workload and ensures that tasks are completed on time. Set deadlines and milestones. Establish deadlines and milestones to keep the project on track. Regularly check in with your group members to monitor progress and address any challenges that arise. Communicate effectively. Maintain open and clear communication channels within the group. Regularly update each other on progress, share ideas, and address any issues or concerns that may arise. Leverage individual strengths. Identify and leverage each group member's strengths and expertise. Assign tasks that align with their skills to maximize efficiency and productivity. Reflect and evaluate. After completing the project, take time to reflect on the process and evaluate the outcomes. Discuss what worked well and what could be improved for future collaborative projects. 4. Peer feedback and review. Peer feedback and review involve providing constructive criticism and suggestions to your study group members on their work. This technique promotes a culture of continuous improvement and helps refine your understanding of the subject matter. Here's how you can effectively provide peer feedback. Be specific and constructive. When providing feedback, be specific about what you liked and what could be improved. Offer suggestions for improvement in a constructive and supportive manner. Focus on the work, not the person. Keep the feedback focused on the work itself, rather than criticizing the individual. This helps create a safe and non-threatening environment for sharing and receiving feedback. Provide examples and evidence. Support your feedback with examples and evidence from the work. This helps the recipient understand your perspective and provides a basis for improvement. Encourage self-reflection. Encourage your study group members to reflect on the feedback they receive and consider how they can incorporate it into their future work. This promotes self-improvement and growth. Collaborative learning techniques can greatly enhance your learning experience by providing opportunities for deeper understanding, critical thinking, and skill development. By incorporating these techniques into your study group sessions or classroom settings, you can maximize your learning potential and achieve greater academic success. 11.4. Resolving group conflicts. In any group setting, conflicts are bound to arise. Study groups are no exception. When individuals with different personalities, perspectives, and learning styles come together, disagreements and conflicts can occur. However, it is essential to address and resolve these conflicts effectively to maintain a productive and harmonious study group environment. This section will provide you with strategies and techniques to navigate and resolve conflicts within your study group. Understanding the nature of group conflicts. Before delving into conflict resolution strategies, it is crucial to understand the nature of group conflicts. Conflicts can arise due to various reasons, such as differences in opinions, conflicting goals, unequal participation, communication breakdowns, or personality clashes. Recognizing the underlying causes of conflicts can help you approach the resolution process more effectively. 1. Open and respectful communication. Effective communication is the foundation for resolving conflicts within a study group. Encourage open and respectful communication among all group members. Create an environment where everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns without fear of judgment or criticism. Active listening is also crucial during group discussions. By actively listening to others, you can gain a better understanding of their perspectives and find common ground. 2. Identify the root cause. When conflicts arise, it is essential to identify the root cause of the issue. Often, conflicts in study groups stem from misunderstandings, miscommunication, or differing expectations. Take the time to discuss and clarify the underlying reasons behind the conflict. This will help prevent future conflicts and allow for a more focused resolution process. 3. Seek compromise and collaboration. In resolving conflicts, it is important to adopt a collaborative approach. Encourage all group members to actively participate in finding a solution that satisfies everyone's needs. Instead of focusing on individual interests, aim for a compromise that benefits the entire group. By working together, you can find creative solutions that address the concerns of all group members. 4. Mediation and facilitation. In situations where conflicts persist or escalate, consider involving a neutral third party to mediate the discussion. This can be a trusted faculty member, a tutor, or an advisor. A mediator can help facilitate the conversation, ensure that all voices are heard, and guide the group towards a resolution. Their impartial perspective can provide valuable insights and help the group move forward. 5. Establish ground rules. To prevent conflicts from arising in the first place, it is beneficial to establish clear ground rules for your study group. These rules should outline expectations for participation, communication, and conflict resolution. By setting these guidelines early on, you can create a supportive and respectful environment that minimizes the potential for conflicts. 6. Embrace diversity and differences. Study groups often consist of individuals with diverse backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. Embrace this diversity and view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Recognize that differences in opinions and approaches can enrich the group's discussions and problem-solving abilities. Encourage group members to appreciate and respect each other's unique contributions. 7. Focus on the common goal. During conflicts, it is easy to lose sight of the common goal of the study group to learn and succeed academically. Remind all group members of this shared objective and encourage them to prioritize it over personal differences. By refocusing on the common goal, you can redirect the group's energy towards finding solutions and working collaboratively. 8. Reflect and learn from conflicts. Conflicts, when resolved effectively, can serve as valuable learning experiences. After resolving a conflict within your study group, take the time to reflect on the situation. Consider what could have been done differently to prevent or address the conflict more effectively. Use these insights to improve your communication and conflict resolution skills for future group interactions. Conclusion. Resolving conflicts within a study group is essential for maintaining a positive and productive learning environment. By fostering open communication, seeking compromise, and embracing diversity, you can navigate conflicts effectively. Remember that conflicts can provide opportunities for growth and learning, both individually and as a group. By applying the strategies outlined in this section, you can create a study group that thrives on collaboration and mutual respect. 12. Lifelong learning strategies. 12.1 Continuing education opportunities. Continuing education is a vital aspect of lifelong learning. It refers to the ongoing pursuit of knowledge and skills beyond formal education. Engaging in continuing education opportunities allows individuals to stay updated with the latest advancements in their field, expand their knowledge base, and enhance their professional growth. In this section, we will explore various avenues for continuing education and how you can make the most of these opportunities. The importance of continuing education. Continuing education plays a crucial role in personal and professional development. Here are some key reasons why it is essential. Staying relevant. In today's rapidly evolving world, knowledge and skills can quickly become outdated. Continuing education helps you stay current with the latest trends, technologies, and best practices in your field. It ensures that you remain relevant and competitive in the job market. Career advancement. Continuing education provides opportunities for career growth and advancement. By acquiring new knowledge and skills, you can expand your expertise and increase your value as an employee. This can lead to promotions, salary increases, and new job opportunities. Networking. Continuing education often involves interacting with professionals from various backgrounds. These interactions can help you build a strong network of like-minded individuals who share similar interests and goals. Networking can open doors to new collaborations, mentorship opportunities, and potential career prospects. Personal growth. Learning is a lifelong journey that enriches your personal life as well. Continuing education allows you to explore new subjects, develop new hobbies, and broaden your horizons. It can enhance your critical thinking, problem-solving, and communication skills, making you a more well-rounded individual. Types of continuing education opportunities. Continuing education opportunities come in various forms, catering to different learning preferences and goals. Here are some common avenues for continuing education. Professional workshops and conferences. Attending workshops and conferences related to your field is an excellent way to gain new insights, learn from experts, and network with professionals. These events often feature keynote speakers, panel discussions, and interactive sessions that provide valuable learning experiences. Online courses and webinars. The internet has revolutionized access to education. Online platforms offer a wide range of courses and webinars on diverse topics. These flexible learning options allow you to learn at your own pace and from the comfort of your home. Many reputable universities and organizations offer online courses that provide certifications upon completion. Industry certifications. Earning industry certifications demonstrates your expertise and commitment to professional development. These certifications validate your skills and knowledge in specific areas and can enhance your credibility in the job market. Many industries have recognized certification programs that you can pursue to stay updated and competitive. Professional associations and societies. Joining professional associations and societies in your field can provide valuable continuing education opportunities. These organizations often offer workshops, seminars, and conferences exclusively for their members. Additionally, they may provide access to industry publications, online resources, and networking events. Community college and adult education programs. Local community colleges and adult education centers offer a wide range of courses and programs for individuals seeking continuing education. These programs cover various subjects, from technical skills to creative arts, and are often affordable and accessible to the community. Company-sponsored training. Many employers recognize the importance of continuing education and provide training programs for their employees. These programs can be in the form of workshops, seminars, or online courses. Taking advantage of these opportunities not only enhances your skills but also demonstrates your commitment to professional growth to your employer. Making the most of continuing education opportunities. To maximize the benefits of continuing education, consider the following strategies. Set clear goals. Before embarking on any continuing education opportunity, define your goals. What specific knowledge or skills do you want to acquire? How will it benefit your personal or professional growth? Setting clear goals will help you choose the most relevant and impactful opportunities. Research and choose wisely. With numerous options available, research and select the most reputable and relevant continuing education opportunities. Consider factors such as the credibility of the provider, the expertise of the instructors, and the reviews and testimonials from previous participants. Create a learning plan. Develop a plan to manage your continuing education journey effectively. Set aside dedicated time for learning, create a schedule, and establish milestones to track your progress. Having a structured plan will help you stay organized and motivated throughout the process. Engage actively. Actively participate in the learning experience. Take notes, ask questions, and engage in discussions with instructors and fellow learners. Actively applying what you learn will deepen your understanding and retention of the material. Reflect and apply. After completing a continuing education opportunity, take time to reflect on what you have learned and how it can be applied in your personal or professional life. Reflecting on your learning experiences helps solidify the knowledge and ensures its practical application. Share and teach. One of the best ways to reinforce your learning is by sharing it with others. Consider teaching or mentoring others in your field or participating in knowledge-sharing platforms. Explaining concepts to others not only helps them but also deepens your own understanding. Continuing education is a lifelong commitment to personal and professional growth. By embracing these opportunities, you can stay ahead in your field, expand your knowledge and skills, and unlock new possibilities for success. Remember, learning is a continuous journey, and the pursuit of knowledge is a rewarding endeavor that enriches every aspect of your life. 12.2 Developing a growth mindset. In order to learn better and continuously improve, it is essential to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, effort, and perseverance. This mindset allows individuals to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and see failures as opportunities for growth. By cultivating a growth mindset, you can enhance your learning abilities and achieve greater success in your educational pursuits. Understanding the power of a growth mindset. A growth mindset is based on the belief that intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits but can be developed and improved over time. This perspective empowers individuals to approach learning with enthusiasm and a willingness to take on challenges. Instead of viewing setbacks as indications of failure or limitations, those with a growth mindset see them as opportunities for learning and growth. When you have a growth mindset, you understand that effort and perseverance are key factors in achieving success. You believe that with dedication and hard work, you can overcome obstacles and continually improve your skills and knowledge. This mindset fosters a love for learning and a desire to constantly seek new challenges and opportunities for growth. Cultivating a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset requires conscious effort and practice. Here are some strategies to help you cultivate a growth mindset and enhance your learning abilities. Embrace challenges. Instead of shying away from challenges, actively seek them out. Challenges provide opportunities for growth and learning. Embracing challenges allows you to push beyond your comfort zone and develop new skills and knowledge. When faced with a difficult task, remind yourself that it is an opportunity to learn and grow. View failure as a learning opportunity. Rather than seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, view it as a stepping stone towards improvement. Analyze your failures, identify areas for growth, and learn from your mistakes. Embrace the mindset that failure is a natural part of the learning process and an opportunity to gain valuable insights. Adopt a positive attitude. Maintaining a positive attitude is crucial in developing a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn and improve. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations and focus on your progress rather than comparing yourself to others. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and use them as motivation to continue learning and growing. Emphasize effort and persistence. Recognize the importance of effort and persistence in achieving success. Understand that learning takes time and consistent effort. When faced with challenges or setbacks, remind yourself to persevere and keep working towards your goals. Emphasize the process of learning rather than solely focusing on the end result. Seek feedback and learn from others. Be open to receiving feedback from others and use it as an opportunity for growth. Actively seek out mentors, teachers, or peers who can provide constructive criticism and guidance. Learn from their experiences and incorporate their insights into your learning journey. Collaboration and learning from others can greatly enhance your own growth and development. Set realistic goals. Set realistic and achievable goals that align with your interests and aspirations. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This approach allows you to track your progress and experience a sense of accomplishment along the way. Celebrate each milestone reached, and use it as motivation to continue striving for further growth. Embrace continuous learning. Developing a growth mindset involves embracing the concept of lifelong learning. Recognize that learning does not end with formal education but is a lifelong journey. Seek out new knowledge, explore different subjects, and engage in continuous learning opportunities. Embrace curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, and actively seek ways to expand your understanding of the world. Conclusion. Developing a growth mindset is essential for enhancing your learning abilities and achieving long-term success. By embracing challenges, viewing failure as a learning opportunity, adopting a positive attitude, emphasizing effort and persistence, seeking feedback, setting realistic goals, and embracing continuous learning, you can cultivate a growth mindset that will propel you towards greater achievements. Remember, with a growth mindset, the possibilities for learning and personal growth are limitless. 12.3 Self-reflection and self-assessment. Self-reflection and self-assessment are essential components of the learning process. They allow you to evaluate your progress, identify areas for improvement, and make necessary adjustments to your learning strategies. By engaging in self-reflection and self-assessment, you can enhance your learning experience and develop a deeper understanding of the subject matter. This section will explore the importance of self-reflection and self-assessment in learning and provide practical tips on how to incorporate these practices into your study routine. The importance of self-reflection. Self-reflection involves taking the time to analyze your thoughts, feelings, and actions in relation to your learning journey. It allows you to gain insight into your strengths, weaknesses, and learning preferences. By reflecting on your learning experiences, you can identify what strategies have been effective and what areas need improvement. Here are some key benefits of self-reflection. Enhanced self-awareness. Self-reflection helps you become more aware of your learning style, preferences, and habits. This awareness allows you to tailor your study techniques to suit your individual needs, leading to more effective learning outcomes. Identification of strengths and weaknesses. Through self-reflection, you can identify your strengths and build upon them. Additionally, you can recognize your weaknesses and develop strategies to overcome them, ultimately improving your overall learning performance. Improved problem-solving skills. Self-reflection encourages critical thinking and problem-solving. By reflecting on your learning experiences, you can analyze the challenges you faced and develop strategies to overcome them in the future. Increased motivation and confidence. When you reflect on your progress and achievements, you gain a sense of accomplishment and motivation to continue learning. Self-reflection also helps build confidence by highlighting areas where you have made significant progress. Incorporating self-reflection into your learning routine. Now that you understand the importance of self-reflection, let's explore some practical ways to incorporate it into your learning routine. Journaling. Maintain a learning journal where you can record your thoughts, reflections, and insights. Write about your learning experiences, challenges faced, and strategies employed. Regularly review your journal to track your progress and identify patterns. Regular check-ins. Set aside dedicated time each week to reflect on your learning journey. Ask yourself questions such as, what did I learn this week? What strategies were effective? What challenges did I face? How can I improve? Use these check-ins to assess your progress and make adjustments to your learning plan. Seek feedback. Reach out to your teachers, mentors, or peers for feedback on your learning progress. Their insights can provide valuable perspectives and help you identify areas for improvement. Mindfulness exercises. Practice mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing to quiet your mind and focus on your learning experiences. This can help you gain clarity and perspective during self-reflection. The importance of self-assessment. Self-assessment involves evaluating your own learning progress and performance. It allows you to gauge your understanding of the material, identify gaps in knowledge, and determine the effectiveness of your learning strategies. Here are some key benefits of self-assessment. Ownership of learning. Self-assessment puts you in control of your learning journey. By taking responsibility for evaluating your progress, you become an active participant in the learning process. Identification of knowledge gaps. Through self-assessment, you can identify areas where your understanding is lacking. This awareness enables you to focus your efforts on filling those gaps and strengthening your knowledge base. Improved metacognitive skills. Self-assessment enhances your metacognitive skills, which involve thinking about your own thinking. By evaluating your learning strategies and outcomes, you can develop a deeper understanding of how you learn best and make adjustments accordingly. Goal setting and planning. Self-assessment helps you set realistic goals and develop a plan to achieve them. By assessing your current level of knowledge and skills, you can establish clear objectives and track your progress towards achieving them. Incorporating self-assessment into your learning routine. To incorporate self-assessment into your learning routine, consider the following strategies. Regular quizzes and self-tests. Create quizzes or self-tests based on the material you are studying. This will allow you to assess your understanding and identify areas that require further review. Reviewing past assignments and exams. Take the time to review your past assignments and exams. Analyze your mistakes and identify patterns or recurring areas of weakness. Use this information to guide your future study efforts. Peer evaluation. Engage in peer evaluation by exchanging assignments or study materials with classmates. Provide constructive feedback to each other, highlighting areas of strength and areas for improvement. Rubrics and checklists. Develop rubrics or checklists to assess your own work. This will provide you with clear criteria for evaluating your performance and progress. Setting goals and tracking progress. Establish specific learning goals and regularly track your progress towards achieving them. This will help you stay focused and motivated throughout your learning journey. Remember, self-reflection and self-assessment are ongoing processes. Continuously evaluate your learning strategies, adjust as needed, and celebrate your progress along the way. By incorporating these practices into your learning routine, you will become a more effective and efficient learner. 12.4 Creating a personal learning plan. Creating a personal learning plan is an essential step in maximizing your learning potential and achieving your goals. It provides a roadmap for your learning journey, helping you stay focused, organized, and motivated. By creating a personalized plan, you can tailor your learning experience to your unique needs and preferences, ensuring that you make the most of your time and efforts. Why create a personal learning plan? A personal learning plan serves as a guide to help you structure your learning activities and make intentional choices about what, when, and how you learn. Here are some key reasons why creating a personal learning plan is beneficial. Clarity of goals. A learning plan helps you define your learning goals and objectives clearly. It allows you to identify what you want to achieve and the steps you need to take to get there. Focus and direction. With a learning plan in place, you have a clear sense of direction. It helps you prioritize your learning activities and stay focused on what is most important. Efficient use of time. By mapping out your learning journey, you can allocate your time effectively. A learning plan helps you identify the most efficient ways to learn and avoid wasting time on irrelevant or less effective methods. Motivation and accountability. Having a plan in place provides a sense of motivation and accountability. It helps you stay committed to your learning goals and track your progress along the way. Flexibility and adaptability. While a learning plan provides structure, it also allows for flexibility and adaptability. You can adjust your plan as needed, incorporating new interests, challenges, or opportunities that arise. Steps to create a personal learning plan. Creating a personal learning plan involves several key steps. By following these steps, you can develop a comprehensive plan that aligns with your goals and learning style. 1. Identify your learning goals. Start by identifying your learning goals. What do you want to achieve? Be specific and realistic about what you hope to accomplish. Whether it's acquiring new skills, deepening your knowledge in a particular subject, or preparing for a specific career path, clearly define your goals. 2. Assess your current skills and knowledge. Take stock of your current skills and knowledge related to your learning goals. This self-assessment will help you identify any gaps or areas that need improvement. It will also allow you to determine the starting point for your learning journey. 3. Research learning resources and methods. Explore the various learning resources and methods available to you. Consider both traditional and online options, such as books, courses, workshops, online platforms, and communities. Research the credibility and effectiveness of these resources to ensure they align with your learning goals. 4. Set priorities and create a timeline. Once you have identified the resources and methods you will use, set priorities and create a timeline for your learning plan. Determine which topics or skills are most important and allocate time accordingly. Break down your learning goals into smaller, manageable tasks and assign deadlines to each. 5. Develop a study schedule. Create a study schedule that fits your lifestyle and commitments. Consider your peak learning times and allocate dedicated study periods accordingly. Be realistic about the amount of time you can commit to learning each day or week, and ensure you have a balance between focused study and rest. 6. Implement active learning strategies. Incorporate active learning strategies into your plan. Active learning involves engaging with the material actively, such as through discussions, problem solving, and practical application. This approach enhances understanding and retention, making your learning more effective. 7. Monitor and evaluate your progress. Regularly monitor and evaluate your progress to ensure you are on track. Assess your understanding of the material, identify areas that need further attention, and make adjustments to your plan as necessary. Celebrate your achievements along the way to stay motivated. 8. Seek support and feedback. Don't hesitate to seek support and feedback from others. Engage with peers, mentors, or experts in your field of interest. They can provide guidance, share resources, and offer valuable insights that can enhance your learning experience. 9. Reflect and revise. Periodically reflect on your learning journey and revise your plan accordingly. As you gain new knowledge and skills, your goals and interests may evolve. Embrace these changes and update your plan to ensure it remains relevant and aligned with your aspirations. 10. Embrace lifelong learning. Finally, remember that learning is a lifelong journey. Embrace the mindset of continuous learning and adaptability. Stay curious, explore new subjects, and seek opportunities for growth and development. Your personal learning plan should serve as a foundation for ongoing learning and self-improvement. Conclusion. Creating a personal learning plan is a powerful tool for maximizing your learning potential. By setting clear goals, identifying resources, and developing a structured plan, you can optimize your learning experience and achieve your desired outcomes. Remember to stay flexible, seek support, and embrace lifelong learning as you embark on your learning journey. With a well-crafted personal learning plan, you can unlock your full learning potential and continue to grow and thrive throughout your life.